And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man, DL Saint. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all know what it is. I really want to know podcast. I hope all is well out there. Hope you welcome. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna have a good time today, man. Yesterday was a good show, man. Shout out to Brother Tarus. I mean, he came with it, man. Real talk. More people should be thinking about finances, and young people especially should be thinking about it, having some sort of plan. Don't be like me. I was just horrible with it. Yeah, I got here, but I was just horrible with it, y'all. Ain't gonna lie to you. Have a plan. Think it through. You know what I mean? And then go out there and work. The one good thing is I'm not afraid to work. I was always breaking my back, but I could have done better when I was younger and put more money away and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, thanks for coming through, man. Brother True, shout out to you, man. We got people already in the chat, Brother Dino. Dinosaurs in the house already. Was good, fam. You know what I mean? And he was talking like Brother DL, social media usage seems to be the new battleground, i.e. your status, your likes, pictures, usage, and passwords. Yeah, man. Me and him were going back and forth, man. Um, I've had arguments for not having social media and arguments because they think I have social media. You can't win. You can't. You just can't win, bro. I put in there, it's like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Brother Dusto's in the house. What's good, Dust? You know what I mean? And more Dust. I appreciate that. Sister Candace is in the house. What's good, love? Always a pleasure to have you in the house. The Monster Mod, making things happen. I appreciate y'all coming through. We got another good one lined up for you, y'all. We're gonna continue talking. Like we do talk we talk everything over here, right? We talk about relationships and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we do it from a red pill lens. But again, when you hear red pill from me, I'm talking about just being unplugged. I'm talking about just understanding and accepting the things the way they are today. That's it. I'm not gonna sit here and like, oh, I wish it was like the 90s or the 80s, or I wish it was like the 60s. No, I'll tell you, this is what it was like back then, and this is how it's different, and this is how I suggest you move. Move accordingly. Then that's all we're gonna talk about. You want to win. The way you win, like Sister Candace, like my brother Jay Swans. Find the one that you love, respect, and honor, get married, and y'all just make it work together. That's how you win. You know what I mean? But that is getting harder and harder to do. Why? Well, there are a lot of whys, and we're going to get into that right now. I want to bring up Brother G Complex. Like, my guy. Like, we know, like, again, y'all know, like, when I meet somebody in real life, that's when I really know somebody. Like, me and Dusto be kicking it at little salsa spots and stuff like that around Tampa. Me and G Complex, man, we done been through Miami, kicking it, having a good time. He's seen me out and about in the trenches, right? We've been in the trenches together. So you know what I mean? He really knows what time it is. And, like a wise brother who's run the gauntlet, who knows what he's talking about. This show was his idea. And I'm so glad he did it, man. So, hey, here he is right here. Give it up for Brother G Complex back once again. What's good, fam?
Okay, man. Thanks for having me out here again, man. It's good to be on the show again. I like these conversations, brother.
Yeah, man. Like, we gotta we gotta do what we gotta do. Try to help these cats, bro. These videos you sent me, we're gonna break these videos down, man. Like I knew it was bad out there, and it confirms how difficult it is for these young guys coming up. People like to get into the reasons why. I don't care why. Honestly, I don't. You know what I mean? It's just, let's point out what you need to do and move forward from there. And if you guys can hear, like I taught my daughter how to wash her clothes today. So she's down there doing that. If y'all hear loud noises and craziness going on, that's what that is. You know what I mean? Again, parents, are you teaching your kids to do anything? Huh? Are your kids out there doing stuff like chores, cleaning their bathrooms and stuff like that? Are they? You know what I mean? They should be. And then Sister Candace, yes, we are winning. Just booked a cruise for next summer. That's right. That's what's up, sis. That's what's up. That's the Don DeMarco. Oh, I forgot to load that up. I got it too. My bad. I forgot to load that up. I'm getting old, girl. I be forgetting stuff. You know what I mean? I'll make sure I load it up I have it ready for tomorrow. But that's definitely a Don DeMarco. And I got to move my board around a little bit. There's some sounds I don't use that I could get rid of, and I can, kind of change it up. So, bro, you got to tell the world who you are. I know you was on for a hot second last night, but we're going to have more people on and different folks, man. So take a moment. Tell us who you are. Tell us about yourself a little bit, bro. And then end with why you landed on these videos and why you think it's important that we need to
Okay.
talk about communication.
All right. Well, I go by G Complex. Government name is Chris. I guess I'll just put that out there. Whatever. So I've been in this space probably the last 5 or 6 years, something like that, and it's helped me quite a bit. Just understand how to communicate better with people. I still struggle myself. Like I've got some things that I need to work on, but I've noticed that I've gotten better, right? And so grew up in Texas, still here. I love it here. Finance is more my thing, but also working on social skills is also something that I would like to improve and help others improve as well, man. And it's really not that difficult once you kind of get over that fear. They're just like, yo, they're just talking to like a normal other normal human beings that's out there in the world, man, that are going through life just like you are. And that's just a little bit of background. How this came to be was down in Miami. I ran into DL Thing here, and we were hanging out, and it it shocked me that some of the people that we were hanging out with, one was this legit Chad, and he was actually struggling with uh, his social skills, like his communications. I was like, this is this really happening in front of me? Like, this is crazy, man. With and he was trying to holler at the women that we were still
Yeah.
into,
So
and
so
I couldn't believe it, man. And then a week later, you did a communication video, right? And a few days after that, I ran into these videos that we were talking about. I was like, man, that'd be a good topic to help people understand, like, hey, it's really, really not that difficult. Yeah, you're going to face rejection, etc. But these two guys that we're going to be looking at today are just regular guys, too. And they got out there and they decided to jump in the deep end and just go for it. And you can see from their results, we're going to see from their results what it's like and how you can do it. I've also got some tips for the audience, too, on how we can help
see, that's
improve your
what's
social
up,
skills.
man. And we'll, man, we'll go ahead and start with, what you briefly touched on, y'all. So here it is. It's story time, everybody.
Sit down, please. It's story time.
Y'all know what it is.
It's story time.
So I'm in Miami. You guys know I kick it down there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go out and just say it right now. In America, and especially continental United States, there's no city better than Miami. None. LA's jacked up right now. Vegas is too hot. You know what I mean? New York is a little weird. DC is too political. Atlanta is doing this thing. I don't see a city. The only city that was close to Miami, in my opinion, was Vegas. When you talk about just exotic, beautiful women, everyone's kind of cool, whatever party vibe. But right now, Miami. It's all Miami. So we're in Miami. It is the weekend of the Fresh and Fit 1 million celebration, right? That was the 1 million party, right?
Yes, yes.
So I'm at Moxie's. The party is on a Saturday. I get in on Thursday. And I knew dudes was gonna be in there. Like shout out to like King Life. I knew was gonna be down there. Like Dr. B was gonna be down there. G Complex was gonna be in. I knew people were coming. I knew Bricker was gonna be, sprinkled with Fresh and Fit fam. But I'm sitting there. I'm at the restaurant. I'm just eating. And I say this to you guys all the time when we talk about women. If a woman is interested in you, she will put herself in your orbit. So I'm sitting down. Whenever I go into a spot, I scan the entire place. And it's not that I'm like on the hunt looking for women. I just want to see who's in here. I'm looking to see what's in there. If it's a weirdo on there, if something don't look right, you know what I mean? If I see, it might be somebody I know, whatever, I scan. So I do a scan, everything looks everything. All right, cool. I'm at the bar. I order some food. I'm chilling, just doing my thing. There was some young women sitting next to me, and there was some guys pushing up on them, like 2 girls, and it was like 3 guys. And I'm just kind of listening to people's game. You know what I mean? Again, just people watching, doing my thing. And I noticed this beautiful Latina on the other side of the bar. The bar is kind of shaped like a square. And I told the story before. And she got up and she came over and sat right next to me. So I mean, all right. And she was with a group of guys. It was probably half a dozen or so. So I'm just sitting there. I don't say a word. I'm just doing me. You know what I mean? And she bumped into me. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I might have let her bump into me twice. And now I'm just playing. Like, whatever. I know what time it is. Like, I let her bump into me twice, and I said something to her. Boom, starts the conversation, and we're talking. This is a very attractive woman, very cool. She was older, she had a very elegant vibe to her. You know what I mean? So, like, all right, we start chopping it up. And by this point, I think you had showed up. by
Yeah,
this
it was
point.
it was late in the night, and I didn't even realize it was you because I was so tired. I was so hungry, and I kept looking. I was like, "Why does this guy look familiar, man?" Because it was dark. You had a hat on, right? And I hadn't seen you in a minute, and I was like, "Yo, I think this." And then I just was like, "Hey, man," and you're like, "What the
Hey, what's good,
fuck?"
bro? You know what I mean? It's like you did, like, man, what's good, man? Like, shoot, like, boom, boom. And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
invited him to join us. And he had ordered some food. Like I said, he was hungry. I'm like, look, we're about to hit a spot right upstairs. You know what I mean? Come join us when you're done.
yeah.
So I'm hollering at little shorty, whatever, and she has all these guys that are kind there after her. And I knew right off rip, these guys, they're not gonna lay down. They're gonna get in the way. And they did. I mean, it was what it was. But again, she was cool. When I'm in situations like that, I make everybody, I put everybody at ease. Like, man, look, I'm just down here chilling. You know what I mean? Y'all do what y'all do. I'm not gonna step on no toes. I don't care because I don't chase like that. I don't have to. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
one nights at my age. You know what I mean? And I know Shorty came over here to holler, so I already know what she sees something she like. So it is what it is. We had a great conversation, got our information, and it was funny because I wanted to get her social media because I stopped giving out my number a long time ago. I just like, well, let me get your social media. It works better for me. She
Okay,
was like, look, this is my social media, but don't DM me because I don't run it. Here's my number. So right off rip, I'm like, oh, she on some Jedi type stuff, man. Like she's on some game. There's some real game going on here. Like, all right, bet. You know what I mean? Now I know her social media is what she gives to the randoms. So she really want to get a hold of you. She's this particular woman is like, boom, here's my real number. Okay, cool.
okay.
You know what I mean? So we wound up hanging out a little bit, but I just, you know, like I said, she was pretty like, and this is someone who has a footprint in media and in social media. So I'm being real careful. I'm not going to say her name. I'm not really trying to
Yeah,
put her out there like that, but she is very attractive. So we wound up at the end of the night. I think we can talk about this point. We wound up going to a couple spots. We landed at this
okay.
one place, and me and Chris was chopping it up. The Chad dude, he realized that I was like, look, bro, you do you, man. I don't care. I'm here for something else. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? We just drinking and sipping. And you know, these guys, man, like fellas, if y'all out there and you chasing a woman, you wrong. You just wrong, in my opinion. Let it go, bro. Cause she wants you, she gonna holler at you, period. And if you walk away and she gonna know like this dude has option, he has a mindset, an abundance mindset that registers with the women. They're like, if they ever see you again, they really gonna jump in, man. So that was the story. I wound up just leaving. And I mean, I'm in touch with her. You know what I mean? We've gone back and forth or whatever. I will bump into her again, and then we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? But again, this is all part of the way that it goes. Now, it all began with communication.
yeah.
And that's what Chris wants to talk about now. Cause I'm like, man, you 100%. If I didn't know how to communicate, even though this beautiful woman put herself in my orbit right next to me, bumping into me, if I didn't know how to communicate with her, it wouldn't have gone anywhere.
Exactly, man. Like just and it doesn't take much, right? Oh, hey, how you doing? Or what are you drinking right there? How are you from here? Like, what's your favorite drink? Just anything, man. Why are you here tonight? What's going on? What brings you here, right? And then you get to know like, oh, you said yeah, it's a social media presence, right? So you're like, oh, tell me about that. Boom, and then you're in with the conversation, man. And it doesn't even have to last that long, right? It could be a couple of minutes, or it could be 20 minutes, and then make it happen, right?
A couple of minutes could lead to an entire week. Sister Candy was wondering if we can boost your audio. I don't know.
I made some adjustments on my side as best I could,
All right,
Candy.
and
So hopefully it's
one in the
helping out.
chat, one in the chat. If Chris's audio is cool, if y'all need me to bring my audio down to match, I can. So just let me know if we're good. One in the chat if we're good on Chris's audio, and two in the chat if y'all need me to bring my audio down, and then that way you can just up the master. Um, so yeah, man. So you sent me a couple videos,
Yeah.
and we're definitely gonna react to these videos. And it's like you said, fellas, if you're sitting out here and you're gonna hear no a lot, all right, just it is what it is. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be out here just trying to talk to women or whatever, you're going to hear no a lot.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Say what you're gonna say. If you don't want to hear no right away, you don't even need some cool pickup line. If you're sitting in the bar at the bar, she's like, hey, can you pass me the menu? Can you pass me that napkin? Hey, can you get that person's attention for me? Something like that. Can you get the bartender for me? You know what I mean? Or like Chris saying, hey, what are you drinking? What's that? Especially if you say, what are you drinking? She's going to get excited thinking you about to buy her a drink. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You know what I mean? But anything to start the conversation.
Yeah.
Especially with women.
Yeah, the drink question, I would say ask it in a curious way, not in a way that's going to lead to like, oh, this dude might buy me something. Like, oh, what is that you're drinking? That looks interesting. And then boom, there's a conversation. I've used that several times and start the whole conversation, man. It's not hard.
Right. And the whole purpose of starting the conversation is to really, establish that you're not a weirdo. You can hold a conversation. If you can lay some comedy in there a little bit, you don't have to have a whole routine. If you can just make a person chuckle or, something like that. I would stay away from politics unless you're dealing with a political person like DC. You can't get away from politics. You know what I mean? Certain things like that. New York probably going to run into politics. So at least be aware of your area and what conversations might come up. You know what I mean? Talk about cartoons, bro. Talk about anime. Talk about sports. Just make sure you have a lot to talk about that you can, you have an opinion on all these different things. That'll help you out. If you got a woman who's sitting there, she's looking good. Compliment her nails. Compliment her nails.
Something subtle, right? Because I think what that does is it shows that you have attention to detail, right? If you just say, oh, you look pretty. Okay, yeah, they get that all the time. We say, hey, man, that's a nice manicure you got, or some shit like that, right? Or hey, your eyebrows kind of looking real fresh, or whatever, man. Something more subtle, because like, oh wait, this guy paying attention. It's crazy. If they have braces, right? Comment on their braces.
Yeah, I mean anything. Like I noticed it. Like, oh right, you got on those Invisaligns or whatever. Like if you know about that sort of stuff, you know what I mean. If don't be afraid to comment on things you know about. Get to know accessories. Ladies love accessories, bags, shoes. You know what I mean, jewelry. If you can look at it, there was a woman I was talking to that she was married. I knew when she walked up she was married. So my thing was, all right, she's married. Maybe her husband's in here. Her husband wasn't. So I'm like, why are you in here? Then she's like, she's with her friends or whatever. It's like, happy hour. They just left work or whatever. Yeah. She had on a 2-carat princess cut ring. Like it's 2-carat diamond, right? Princess cut, nice, flawless, really nice stone. And that's the first thing I began to talk about was her stone, the rock on her finger. And she talked to me for the rest of the night. She was like, oh, I'm married. I didn't hit on her. She didn't hit on me. It was cool, but we had a good conversation. She broke down the whole crew for me. She was the finest one in the crew. Yeah. She broke down the whole crew for me. Stay away from that one. She's a 304. That one right there is engaged. That one over there is my favorite. She's cool. You know what I mean? But she's a little off. She broke the whole crew down. Yeah. Right. And again, social media. Let me get, is it cool? Like, here, take my social media and, reach out to me if you're ever out again type thing. She was like, cool. You know what I mean? She took my social media, came over to YouTube, and, subscribed. So again, you can't smash them all. Your mindset can't be this thirsty dude because women understand. Yeah. They truly understand when they that thirst stuff.
Yeah, and I have a similar and you made a good point that you kind of just went past there, man. Is that you had enough of the situational awareness to notice those things, right? So one situation that I had was back in December. I was actually in New York, and I went to this bar just in the neighborhood where I was staying, and there was only one seat left, and it was next to this girl that was like really attractive, but she had her earbuds in, and I was like, okay, that's a sign that she's probably just there, mind her own business, and she doesn't really want to be bothered. She's got the earrings, but I did ask her if anybody was sitting there, and she politely said, no, it's free, you're good, right? And then I noticed there was a couple that sat next to her not too much long after that, and they started chatting her up, and I was like, okay, she's actually opened a conversation. And then I was waiting for my opening, and then boom, I jumped in, and then the four of us were having this big old conversation. We put her on some game because she was super young, right? And it was just like having that awareness and looking for openings too, right? If it's not there, don't force it. Just look for it though. So
right, which is hilarious. You saying she has earbuds in and she's in a social environment. I'm like, I bet she's not listening to anything. She just has those earbuds in there to hopefully ward off some of the dudes. And the fact that you walked up to her like, hey, is anyone sitting here? She's like, oh yeah, go aahead, go right ahead. Because if you was a weirdo coming up there, some weirdness, she'd be like, oh no, someone's sitting there. You know what I mean? It's a whole game, people. It is what it is. Dr. B's in the house. What's good, fam? How you
Hey,
feeling, bro?
hey, B, what's up, man?
Talking about that Miami trip, bro. It was on, man. So yeah, so we're gonna get into we're gonna get into this, man. There's two videos we're gonna talk about. The second video is a guy and a young guy, Asian guy, who's like really shy and introvert, and he went out and he asked 100 women on a date, and we get to see what happened with that. That's a really good video, by the way. But we're
Not
gonna
bad, huh?
start with but we're gonna start with a video of a dude. I believe he's in Canada, I believe he's in Montreal,
Yeah.
and he's talking about going up and talking to strangers. And this is all part of it too, y'all. If you're out here as a young guy, you're trying to get your game up, or an old dude, you're trying to get, trying to get your game up. You need to be able to talk to everyone, not just women. Again, women watch you. They watch how you move. You got all these words for girls, but you can't say anything to any other body. Like anyone who's not an attractive female, they're going to look at that like, man, that dude thirsty. You need to be able to hold a conversation, and you need to be able to go up and talk to everyone. Women are watching. So we're gonna switch over to that. And what's your take on that, brother Chris?
On which one?
Being able to talk to everyone.
Oh, yeah. I would say that, don't be like so focused on just talking to women, like just talk to people, right? Talk to people just in general, right? Men, women, even the youngsters, man, like if you come across it, like they can be really interesting sometimes, right? Like I rode into high schoolers like just kind of out and about, and I asked them a question, and like it was gonna be like a real like, hey, I need help going, and they're like, yeah, and then I asked them something else, and then it kind of turned like a really quick conversation. And I was like, wow, these kids are interesting, man. Even though they're kids, they still were interesting, man. So talk to everybody, right?
Yes,
Is my take, man. Like in any kind of interaction, one of the things that I like to preach is like if you're struggling, practice talking to people that have to talk to you. What do I mean by that? It's like your cashiers, right? The bartenders, your servers, your delivery drivers. You know what I'm saying? Like the people at the pharmacy, at the gas station, just any kind of interaction, right? That you're gonna have with people, and it doesn't need to be long and drawn out. It can be just a quick 1-2 minute conversation, right? How's your day going? And a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, it's going good. Cool. Well, what's good? What's been good about it?" And then they start to open up a little bit, right? So just getting those reps in for people that have to talk to you, and that'll help you out.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's real talk. And you never know what it could lead to. I can't tell you how many business opportunities I've gotten just because I started up a conversation with someone at the bar, or someone in the park or whatever. Out at the park with my daughter. She's out playing when she was really little. There'd be other people out there and just chat it up. Like, you never know where that leads. So so let's jump into this, man. This is gonna be pretty good. Here we're gonna start this. Talk to strangers. It will change your life. And I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This is when I watched this thing, I was like, wow. But I get it. So, all right, we're gonna get into it. Thank y'all so much for hanging out, man. Definitely on the way in, give us a like if you can. I know a lot of people just touch in with us and like check in, tap in, and then they got to get back to work or they're driving home doing the commute time, rush hour, whatever. So I appreciate it, man. Give us a like if you were so inclined. Let's check this out.
Hey, how's it going? Where are you going? Learning how to talk to strangers is one of the most fundamentally important skills that you can learn in your lifetime, no matter how old or young you are. Here's the problem though. Talking to strangers fundamentally is a very difficult thing to do because it requires you to put your ego in your pocket and allow yourself to potentially get rejected. Social anxiety has prevented me from asking out a lot of girls that I thought were cute, walking up to people who seemed interesting, and honestly putting myself out there more. It even took me a long time to start my YouTube channel because I was afraid to put my face onto this camera and potentially find out what my friends really thought of me. Now, I know that a lot of us have that same problem. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to talk to strangers, how to move past that fear of rejection and learn how to put yourself out there and open up every single door. Before I teach you,
So right off rip,
Yeah.
I mean, just check out. We'll do a playback. I'm gonna turn the audio out. Just walking up to a woman like that, bro, you can expect her to walk away from you. Like, who is this dude? Like, what do you want? Like, bro, you have to assess the situation. Now, of course, he did this for the video. He probably because that's the same woman who was at the bench.
Yeah, that was some B-roll. Yeah.
Yeah, just some B-roll. Great. It was a great shot, dude, with the city in the background. I've never been to Montreal. I look forward to going. And then again with him sitting Did I miss it? Yeah. When he sat down, like that part when he sat down at the bench and she just kind of gets up. I just want like pay attention to his body language, yo. And I don't know. I guess we missed it.
What was that?
Yeah, I guess we missed it. So I'm gonna turn the audio back on. We'll just get back into it. But there was a shot in there when he was at the beach. I'm sorry, at the bench with her, and she got up. I guess I can't find it because I'm old and I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll start it over.
Where are you going?
Where you going? Yeah, exactly where
Learning
you're
how
going.
to talk to strangers, one of the most fundamentally important skills that you can learn in your lifetime, no matter how old or young you are.
And he's so right though. This is what we're talking about. A lot of this has to do with being able to read people. Like there it is right there. Like he just plops down. Look how close he is to her. You know what I mean? And then he's like leaning into her and all this kind of stuff. Yo, like that's nah. Don't do that, fellas. Don't do that. Get creative. Yeah. You know what I mean? Talk to her before you sit down. Ask her, hey, can I sit here? How you doing? You know what I mean? Start there. Like, boom, hey baby, what's going on? Don't do that. That's creep alert, 100%. And again, that's staged. He didn't really do that. This guy knows how to talk to people. And, like, what's your take on it, bro?
Yeah, learn how to have that social awareness, right? So look at social cues, reading body language, like just having some awareness. And I think the best way to maybe practice that is just sitting and people watching at a spot that's got a lot of traffic. I think that's a good way to help.
Lots of traffic. You definitely want to people watch. Yeah. And Dr. B was like, just wanted to stop by, fellas. It's been a busy work week, man. I hope not too busy, bro, because you are a doctor. I don't want you to be so busy. That means that people are hurting. I want you to be nice and easy
lives,
out
man.
there. Yeah, he's saving lives, man. But let's continue.
And learn how to put yourself out there and open up every single door. Before I teach you how to talk to strangers, I think it's best I show you how not to talk to strangers.
Can I ask you a quick question? Can I continue the conversation for you with your friend? Just take over the phone? Yeah? Yeah? Don't say who it is, though. Sorry. Quick question. What are you listening to? A podcast. Oh, cool. Can I listen? Cool. Bye.
So this part here, he's just trying to go up and say some random stuff to folks, right? He wants them to push him away or be standoffish, but they instantly realize he's doing something with his camera. Like you got a camera person following you. So they're not going to think you're a weirdo. If he was just by himself saying that with a bag on his back, they're going to think he's weird, go away, going to run away. But the one girl was going to give him the phone to talk to her friend. So she knew what time it was.
Yeah, she knows.
Yeah, and doesn't help the guy. The guy's handsome. You know what I mean? He's dressed appropriately for the area. He's not a threat.
I'm just a random stranger, but I wanted to say hi.
He doesn't speak English.
Oh, what language? Spanish?
Spanish.
No hablas español, pero te amo.
Right. And he's like, yeah, I love you. And it's Spanish. And he could have got this girl to go on a date with him.
Like, he might have, because he was real. His demeanor, right? Real friendly. He's real approachable. He kept some distance between them, right? And like you said, he looked like a normal person, right? He presented himself well.
That's key. He's not threatening. So it's a lot of folks out here. I mean, people like, well, I don't know. I'm like, bro, if you look threatening, that doesn't mean I'm not talking about your color and stuff like that. It's how you present yourself. Because a lot of folks are like, well, but because I'm black, I look threatening. No, and depending on where you are, it could work the exact opposite. If you're somewhere where there's not a lot of you, whatever you are, they're gonna come up and ask, what's going on? I wonder why you're here. You're going to attract more by being different. You know what I mean? So, but if you're different and you mean mugging and you out there with this just look like you know red rum, you got red rum on your mind, they gonna stay away from you. Like, nah, they gonna look at you like you an alien. You know what I mean? Like, man, stay away from that one. But race and all that kind of stuff, yeah, it plays a role to an extent, but what overrides that is the fact that you're a cool person. I'm out by myself no matter where I am in America or on planet Earth. I've never had folks outside of America run away from me, literally across the street from me because I'm, our way I look. When I deal with that sort of stuff, I'm normally in America because we have our own version of that. You know what I mean? So, but outside of that, and if I'm someplace like Michigan, you know what I mean? If I'm in, like Mackinac Island, or if I'm somewhere in Oklahoma, I'm telling you, bro, I had people coming up to me because they're curious, like, bro, why are you here? They can tell from the way I'm dressed and the way I carry myself, like, this dude is not from around here. You know what I mean? And just the curiosity want to come up. So, and if you know how to talk, you get invited to parties. You know what I mean? You get people to come up to you. It is what it is.
Yeah, man. And speaking to that, like, being Hispanic and going to places like across the country that where the Hispanic population is either zero or like very few, I found a lot of people were just more curious about anything, man. Like I didn't experience any kind of like negative activity, man. Like it was really cool. And then I would tell them like, oh, I'm from Texas and I'm on this road trip or I'm visiting, and they're like, oh wow, like
now,
and
as
then
soon as you say you're from Texas, they run away. We already know what time it is. He's from Texas. Run.
Not even that. But they do ask, like they do stereotypical. They're like, so do people really ride horses? I was like, yo, man, we have like a whole infrastructure here that's like normal shit, right? But we got ranches.
Yeah, we got horses too, though.
We got all that stuff, man.
And,
it's always kind of funny to hear the stereotypes, man, and tell them like, yo, we got normal cities just like y'all do here, man.
Just like y'all. I got every time I talk to somebody from like Kentucky or Tennessee, you know what I mean, one of the southern states, I'm like, y'all be cow tipping. They just look at me like, man, why does everybody say that? But they know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all be sneaking up on cows while they sleep and tip them over. Come on now. Yeah. I know y'all be cow tipping, but that's me having a conversation that leads to all sorts of stuff. Christopher Mara, what's good, bro? Welcome. Anxiety comes across as creepy, comes across as a threat. Facts. You want to definitely take care of that anxiety. This dude in this video, he doesn't seem anxious, so he's comfortable approaching people. Yeah. Even when he was trying to seem creepy, he couldn't.
This is why, my guy Chris, man. I love that guy, man. There's an Australian brother out there, man. He's helped out in our little in our Telegram chats tremendously, man. Shout out to him, man.
That's what's up. Shout out to you, bro. Good day, bro. That's what's up. All the way from down under. This is why we have to work on beating our approach anxiety. Absolutely. Fellas, you got to do that. You have to beat your approach anxiety. There's no other way around it. And the only way to do it is to get out there and approach. That's the only way to beat it. Yeah. That's the only way. So let's continue.
John, by chance?
Oh, shit. I thought I recognized you from CJ.
No? Oh, sorry. Can I get a hug? Can I have a hug? A hug? Yeah, why not? Nice to meet you.
That's how not to ask, but now let's get into how to talk to strangers.
And he still did good. He still got the hug. He was still talking to folks. He's trying to show you how not to do it and succeeding. That's crazy. You know what I mean? And Brother Christopher, shout out to my two bros. Nah, shout out to you, bro. That's for you, man. Shout out. Coming to meet you both in October, man. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to that.
Bro.
Yeah, that's CME. Probably talking about CME. I'm definitely going to be down for that, man. That's going to be
I'll
good time. So let's continue.
So this is a video that I've been wanting to make for a long time because it's a problem that has been impacting me since high school. I used to be an extremely introverted person, so much so that in my final year of high school, I won an award. And anytime that you win an award, you get a trophy, but you also get a book. And the book was picked by my English teacher who saw that I was struggling and having a really hard time. And the book was called Quiet by Susan Cain. It's a book entirely devoted to how introverts can still use their powers to make real life long lasting change.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't like the terms like power and you know what I mean, these things, you can do it. Man, I mean, I get where they're coming from, but come on, y'all. I've never read this book, Quiet. You know what I mean? The Power of Introverts.
Video.
Really? Yeah, me neither. So, and a lot of this I put on the way society is now, right? Again, everyone gets a trophy. No, they do not. You're not going to get a trophy if you're not putting in any work. I know Patrick McDavid had on his podcast yesterday or day before, they was talking about, I think there was an article in the Wall Street Journal or one of the big media outlets that was saying that more people need to be underachievers.
What?
Yeah, more people need to be. It's like it's okay to be a underachiever. No, it's not. No, it's not. And this is part and parcel to that problem. Like they noticed in this young man when he was a kid, like, bro, you're gonna have to get over this. And instead of just, hey, why don't you go try out for sports? Hey, why don't you go do this? Why don't you go ask, Susie over there to the dance? Go ahead and take your medicine. Go ahead and get crushed one time, but keep doing it. But if you go out and you hear no, and you've been told that everyone gets a trophy, that everyone's going to be the prom king, then do they still have prom kings, by the way? But that's like the whole thing.
I have no idea, man.
You know what I mean? Like it's just they want everyone to be winners. You're not going to be a winner if you don't get out here and do the work. So yeah, we'll find that. We'll bring up that clip. We can hear it.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I want to shout out to Chris again, man. One of the best pieces of things that I remember the most from him is that operate on things and be outcome independent, so that when you do get rejected, it doesn't matter. You're just like, well, I wasn't concerned to begin with.
Right. Like, I just don't care. You got to have that. And if you have that, I don't care, you know what I mean, attitude, not in a negative way. It's not like I don't care, like whatever, screw you, call people names. Not like, man, I really don't care. I'm just over here. I'm cool. You know, how you doing? You know, I hope I enhanced you in some way in that brief encounter. I don't care. You know what I mean? If I hold the door open for you and you don't thank me for it, I don't care. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But you know, but when you do these things, you get better at approaching, and it's gonna help. I mean, this is such a big thing for these dudes. There's a lot of guys out there single and, you know, with no prospects because of this one little thing. And when we get to the next video, when we watch this guy ask 100 women on the college campus, you will see what I mean. And Brother Christopher is saying the whole aim is to gain social freedom, ideally to be able not worry about anything in social settings while avoiding being socially retarded. Yeah, for real, for real. And you got to definitely work on that. So we'll skip ahead to the fundamentals because he was talking about the backstory, and we know the backstory. You need to know how to talk, period. The backstory is that, you know what I mean? He was an introvert. He was shy. He was afraid to approach until some grown-ups in his life was like, bro, you need to read this book and become a better person. All right, so here he is making YouTube videos. Yay.
Reality. Now, to help me film this portion of the video where we're going to go talk to strangers, this is Joe. What's up? I made an Instagram story asking someone if they wanted to help me film. He answered like literally 60 seconds later.
Directly. I saw it at that moment. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not training. Gotta come help him out. Wanted to do it for a while, so perfect timing. I knew William.
Now we can look at Joe and tell he ain't got no problem hollering at nobody.
You said like these guys are almost they could be brothers, man. They don't look that they look pretty similar, man.
They look very similar, but you can tell this dude works out. He's a fitness instructor. He's taking this as an opportunity to kind of, you know, probably get people into his funnel so he can, you know, grow his business. But he's not going to have a problem going up to women and talking to them. Why? Because that's his business. He has to go approach people just to get them into the business. And when I don't know if he's a tall guy, but he's definitely fit. So this is what they talk about, working yourself first, fellas. And this is it right here. This is why this young man could go anywhere and talk to anybody. He could probably sit up in a spot somewhere. You could tell, look at his clothes fitting, right? They're not super tight, but they're tight enough to where you can see that, you know, he works out. You know what I mean? He's wearing accessories that aren't too much. His shirt's not wrinkled. He's groomed right. This is what y'all got to do, bro. This is what you got to do. No one wants to talk to someone who looks like they just crawled out of the wilderness, right? You got to look this way.
William from hockey was kind of an asshole in hockey. Like, he wasn't that inspirational guy. So the idea I had of William was like an asshole. I don't know. One day, my friend showed me. He's like, "Oh, look at this guy." Like, I'm like, fuck, I know him. He's an asshole. He's like, no, look at this, bro. Then I started listening to his content. I'm like, huh, interesting. Okay, whatever. I'll give him a follow. And it's actually pretty great content. And he's a nice guy. I think so.
We'll find out. We'll find out after today. So when it comes to actually developing the confidence to go and approach a stranger, you really just have to remember the fundamental lesson, which is that a stranger is just a friend that you haven't yet met. Now, in my experience,
a stranger is just a friend you haven't yet met. A stranger is a stranger, bro. They might be a friend, they might be an enemy, but you can't be afraid to walk up and talk to them.
Yeah, and but I think what helps them out is just having the mindset of that. You're like, oh, it's just somebody I haven't that's not a friend yet, right? So it helps kind of set you at ease, just having the right mindset.
And you know what? If that's what you need to do to get over the hump, then do it. You know what I mean? I can't. We came up differently. It's like, bro, just go up and talk to him. So in my mind, it's like I have to do it. I have to do it. It's just like I don't want to have any fears that I'm afraid to conquer. And you know, Brother Christopher is saying, like, be attractive, number one. Number two, don't be unattractive. Facts. You know what I mean? Brother Christopher continues. Doesn't mean you have to be ripped, etc., but you just have to show attractive traits, yes, and not have or at least hide your unattractive traits. Yeah. Facts. You don't have to be ripped. Women don't really care like this. I want a guy that's 6'5" and, you know what I mean, looks like Leonidas, you know what I mean, from 300 and da. Man, they just talking, bro. What do they want? They want a guy who's confident. They want a man who can, you know, stand his ground, protect her, that's gonna be able to just going to go out there and provide and go be successful and all that. That's what they really want. I've seen all sorts of dudes, every shape, every color, every size with dimes, especially down in Miami. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You walk around Miami, bro. You be some dudes like older than me, big beer gut, just sitting there with the finest. Like, man, what? But the dude, he know how to dance. It could be something as simple as that. He can go out there in salsa all day long. He knows how to dance, and she just loves that.
I remember, man, when back in the days when I in my previous life, I guess you could say, when I was dancing on a regular basis, dudes that were just not attractive, they were they're fat, whatever, but they somehow could move on the dance floor, and they had women every other song taking them out, and
Women coming up to
they
him.
were bad too. Both.
Yeah.
He'd go ask him, or they come up to him.
Yeah. So all that comes into play, guys.
Experience of talking to a lot of people and going up to them on the street and getting over my own version of social anxiety. The best way to talk to a stranger is to have a goal in mind before you enter the conversation. Once you've gotten that, it's really important to just be friendly when you enter the conversation. So one way that I really like to use, which honestly works all the time, is you just say, "Excuse me, sorry to bother you. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question?" Very Canadian. It's very friendly. It's very polite. But it really works. Once you're in the conversation, you're in. Like, the hardest part is actually just getting the conversation started. And once you know that the person is interested in you and has given you the time to speak, then you just got to do your thing. Be very confident.
Facts. He ain't never lied on that one. You know what I mean? It's once you're in. Conversation starters are key. Sometimes people will come up to you, and we do the same thing. Like if someone comes up to me, I'm instantly assessing them. Like, all right, what's going on with this person? Is this person a threat, or is this person trying to sell me something? Like, what's going on? Right? If a beautiful woman just walks up to me as I'm walking down the street, I'm thinking this is some sort of setup. What is going on? She's the bait. I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm kind of positioning myself so I can see things coming. And it could be she might just, hey, do you know how to get to Publix? Or hey, she might ask you just a basic question. Yeah, like where did you get that necklace? You know what I mean? Oh, okay, something simple. Or or it could be a setup. She might be trying to sell you something. You know what I mean? So don't think that, oh, this is going good. Oh man, I'm about to get her number, and then boom, she hits you like, well, I'm in sales, and I was wondering if I can get you to buy da 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 da. You know what I mean? Just one time, da 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 da.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Yeah, so let's continue.
Complimentary people, be very nice, and people will be nice in return. So what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna show you a few different ways that you can actually walk up to strangers and talk to them. I'm just gonna give you the entire rundown from not speaking to them to getting into a full-blown conversation. So we're just gonna start off with an ask and not a request.
Not showing
this is a really easy way to ease yourself into a conversation and just get the adrenaline pumping. After maybe 2 or 3 conversations with a stranger, you'll see when you try it, things get a lot easier.
Hi, how are you? How's it going? Good. Yeah, doing good. All right. I wasn't part of it, but excuse me, guys. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? Okay, we're filming a video. We're from out of town, but we want to know what is one.
And it works that he has a cameraman in tow. So they assess right away, like, oh, okay, he's probably a YouTuber because he looks too old to be like a college kid, or maybe he's in some sort of media. So they're going to want to stop. You know what I mean? These are 2 young, attractive women right here. The sister has a pretty smile. The other one has some red in her hair. If I think somebody's going to be fun and, just want to kind of, get it in quick, probably be the one with the red hair. That'd be the one I would.
You're probably right, man. And they look approachable too.
Yes. Right? Yes. Which is key. Very approachable. Because, I mean, they're happy. Like, oh, okay, what's up? They stopped and, yeah, hey, excuse me, can I talk to you for a moment? That is the easiest way to do it. If they keep walking, let them walk. Okay, thanks. Take care. Don't get mad. And I think he says that, brother Chris is like, I have to be ripped because I can't dance for shit. 90s is in the house. What's good, fam? And there's a lot of people, like I have a lot of older folks who follow me. This stuff is like, they understand this. But for the young people out there who are like watching, the young guys out there, and for the young women out there too, sometimes y'all got to approach too. The way the world is going, a lot of dudes, especially the dudes that y'all want, they're not approaching. You're going to have to step to them, which is, it's the world we're in now. So, all right, it is what it is. So y'all going to have to learn how to approach.
Yeah, and it's easier for women too. They literally just have to say, hi, how's it going? And then let it go from there.
let it go from there. Like these two women I'll talk to, but I ain't gonna lie. If a woman looks unattractive and unapproachable and she stops to try to say something to me, I'm gonna keep it moving. Like I don't want to deal with it. Like again, it seems like a trap. Like I don't want to deal with this woman. I'm gonna get me too somehow. But let's continue.
Something that we could do in Montreal that's really fun that you recommend? Go for a good poutine? Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Excuse me, sir. How's it going? Can I ask you a quick question? We're not from Montreal, but we're trying to figure out cool things to do. So we're asking strangers if they can recommend anything.
There's a good nightlife.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Brazil, nice. Excuse me? Sorry? What are you listening to?
Drill.
Drill?
Yeah.
By who? What's up, dude? How are you?
Yeah.
Man, people listen to drill in Montreal. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
The video, we're talking to strangers.
Oh, no
Just
way.
learning how to talk to strangers. Not a stranger though.
How's it going? It's been a while. I feel like I know everyone who's walking on the street.
Montreal must be a very small town, bro. It's like he's bumped into 5 people he's known since this video started.
I think he's grown an audience, so he's a little bit more recognizable at this point in time.
Ah, okay. Now that makes sense.
Every time I see someone in the distance, I'm like, I think I know you. Can I ask you guys a quick question? You mind if I ask you guys a quick question? Parlez pas anglais? No one speaks any language?
Yeah, see, that's how it goes.
Excuse me,
sometimes.
guys. Can I ask you?
Those older folks thought he's trying to sell something. That's why they kept it moving. You know what I mean? He's got a backpack on. He's gonna pull out the product in a second. He's like, I don't want to deal with this. That's what that is. We got brother Jason's in the house. What's good, fam? Always a pleasure to see you. We got brother Frank in here, man. Foxtrot Sierra podcast, y'all. What's up, man? Go over there and check out that podcast, man. He breaks down World War II. My daughter is just now learning about World Wars I and II. It's funny. Did you hit me up today? And I'm like, what'd you learn today? She's like, World War I and II. Telling me about what Japan did and telling me about kamikazes. I'm like, oh, they trying to teach you something. So go check that out. It's fairly big, Montreal. I mean, Montreal's pretty big. I've never been. I want to go. But he must be doing good with the channel, man. Good to see you, brother. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, shout out to Frank, man.
Quick question? Can I ask you a quick question? No? All right. Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you guys a quick question? Parle pas anglais? Okay, en français?
First rejection.
And
First
you notice,
rejection. See,
you notice
what's
right
the
there,
worst?
Don? He keeps it pushing, right? He don't get the response he's looking for. All right, cool. Let's keep going. He doesn't.
Right.
He just keeps rolling with it.
Doesn't hurt. Well, you don't know these people. It doesn't hurt. There's no need for attitude or nothing. Like, all right, just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Right. And mind you, if there were women out here, let's say that he was talking to all women, whatever, and there's women sitting out there, they noticed that about you. They're like, oh man, he ain't tripping. Like, okay, he gets rejected. He's cool. He still doesn't affect him. They see that. So when you eventually make your way to them, they're gonna say something to you, like, oh, I've been seeing you. What's going on? Oh, well, I'm doing this. I'm just talking to strangers and da. You on, bro. Now she's interested in you because she's been watching you move around. So keep that in mind, fellas. They are watching, man. Like they say, man, the streets is watching always. It's like we're still gonna do Tuskegee, bro. I haven't forgotten either, man. We're gonna do an episode about Tuskegee Airmen. I haven't forgot either, bro. So yeah, like I said, man, do me a favor, y'all go over there and check out Foxtrot Sierra podcast. And like I said, man, just let me know when you're ready, brother. And it's on. So we're gonna continue with the video.
Yeah, let's go.
Worst case that happens, like my feet are still moving, their feet are still moving. It's all good. The thing about rejection is that most of us think it's personal, but the reality is it's not personal. No one knows me. They don't know who I am. They're just making a judgment. They're basing it off that. So if we can get past that, then we're good. All right. So part number 2, I'm going.
You know what I mean? Extra for a chance takes up. So he gives the video to it. Like he puts his buddy out there. And again, you got a handsome guy that's gonna be out there talking to folks, bro. I don't anticipate this guy having any problems. What were you about to say, bro?
No, I was just agreeing. Like he explained about the rejection part, and like we were just saying, like he just keeps it moving. Like he's gonna sit there and sulk about it. He's like, all right, whatever, on to the next one.
Now I know there's people out here maybe on Team Replay and some of the young guys be watching, be like, but man, it's a woman, man, and she was hot, bro, and I really wanted to holler at her. Like, well, you don't know who she is, man. So how can you be mad? She's still a stranger. You made your approach. It is what it is. You leave it out there. If you leave that quick little encounter on a high note, and that high note being you just kept it moving, you might run into her again, bro.
Yeah. One thing that I had to learn that was a hard lesson was there's always gonna be another beautiful girl coming, right? Maybe not that same day or that same week or even that same month, but I had to learn. It was like, oh, but there was that girl that or that woman that I was in. But like you start to see after you get out of that mindset, man, there really is attractive women just one after another. And they don't have to come like one after another like same day, but they will come. I'm just like, just the other day I was hanging out with some boys and I was like, wow, man, there was this one woman that we saw. She was a baddie, and I was like, wow, okay. It goes to show, like, okay, there's always gonna be more women coming, even whether they like you or not. There's always gonna be another one.
Always gonna be another one, bro. And if you don't say anything, you will never know how that was gonna go. So, I remember back in the day, before social media. Again, this was before most of the young people listened to me weren't even born. Back in the day, man, we would get numbers from like, all the fly women, man, all the fine chicks, and we would throw numbers away before we even called them. Like, man, just throw the number away, man. Like, or you call them, they don't call you back, throw the number away.
Yeah.
We didn't care, bro. We didn't care. And then we were bumping into them again 6 months, maybe a year, 2 years later. I remember I met you and so, and you never called. Like, no, I called, you never called me back. They never told me you called, because back then, a lot of people didn't have answering machines. It was like their mom or their sister or uncle, somebody answered the phone. They never gave me the message. Oh, well, and guess what? Now they really want to get on. Well, I live by myself now, and I got, boom, call me, give me your number, I'll call you. And I'm like, all right, here go my number, man. I think you full of shit. So here go my number, call me. And it will work. But again, abundance mindset. Now, granted, I was running numbers. I really didn't care. I was out there just getting mad women. But, it worked. You know what I mean? And I wasn't afraid to approach, because we never would have got to that part if I wasn't approaching in the first place. You know what I mean? Exactly. Brother Christopher, you don't know what's going on with her. Facts. Did she just lose her job? Is she sick? Did she just find out that her 304 friend slept with her boyfriend last night? Right. You have no idea who the girl is or what her sitch is. Facts.
Man,
facts.
Mayor, man, I love you, man.
Hey, brother Christopher, keeping it 100. But it's the very next girl, maybe 100% down to smash. You know what I mean? It's all a numbers game. It is. At the end of the day, fellas, it's all a numbers game. And ladies, if y'all forced going out here looking for dudes, it's still a numbers game. With the high value guys, with the top tier guys, they want to smash. You just might have to wait your turn. You know what I mean? Because these dudes are. So ladies, if you out there, I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to go out there and do it, ladies, go ahead. But if you're just like a average woman, you know what I mean, and you're fit, whatever, maybe you're not as beautiful, whatever, I don't care who the guy is, he's gonna want to smash. So just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? And simply because he's smashing you doesn't mean he's into you. You can't conflate the two. You know what I mean? So ladies, be careful if y'all out there hollering at people. But the only reason I say that is because more and more women are approaching men. I know it's because I'm in the trenches and I'm dealing with it right now. I'm shocked at how many women are approaching me. And I'm old. Wow. Bro, I'm serious. Like I'm shocked by it. Like, yo. But like it is what it is. And again, I'm picky. So at this point in my life, I'm picky. Not that picky. But let's get back to the video.
Going to take one of my extroverted friends, which is Joe. Joe supposedly claims that he's not afraid of anything.
I am not afraid.
And we're going to walk him through how to start random conversations with random strangers.
The hardest part.
Yeah, I'm taking you to the most busy street in Montreal.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question? What's your best piece of life advice?
Know when to say no.
Not in a good place.
Can I issue a challenge?
Boom, right there. And that's what Brother Christopher was saying. You don't know what she's going through. And right there, she's like, I'm not in a good place to give you advice. Why? My boyfriend just smashed my 304 girl best friend. And I'm mad, right? So you just, you just don't know what you're dealing with, bro.
You?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I get you to walk up to a stranger
For
and
sure.
ask them if you can give them the hug?
Yeah, okay, go for it. I love this. Hi, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I have a question for both of you.
Sure.
You might seem a bit odd, but can I get a hug?
No problem.
Oh, yeah. Yay.
And what
Yeah,
world
that
would
was-
a dude? Go ahead.
He's that one for women. Now, granted, like she's attractive. Like in my view, she's an attractive woman, and she goes up very approachable, very nice, very slow. Hey, how's it going? Can I get a hug? And like, dude, 9 out of 10 dudes are like, yeah, an attractive lady wants to come
Absolutely.
give me a hug. Okay, that's how easy it is for women.
And I've never been to Montreal. This looks like the business district, maybe the downtown area there in the park. This dude's wearing designer glasses. He has this watch could be an IWC, which is a really nice watch. He's wearing designer clothes, right? He's, this she goes up to the first high value dude she sees. Can I have a hug? Of course you can have a hug.
Yeah.
Like dudes probably like you can have more than that. But it is what it is. Let's continue.
Yeah, this is sweet.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, better question. Can I also get a hug?
Sure.
Yeah, that's it, bro. Just out of curiosity, why'd you say yes so fast?
Is that you vlogging?
I am vlogging.
Yeah, why not give love to people? You should always say yes more often. You'll have more stories.
2 future motivational speakers right here.
Sir, we just want to say you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Thank
Really.
you very much.
We needed someone intelligent as part of the organization. So
You'd be the only
Happy
person
here.
in my family who comments.
yeah, that's why I'm here. Have a good one.
That was the GM of the Habs. That was Ken Hughes. That was the GM of the Habs.
Must be hockey talk because I have no idea who that guy
Yeah,
is.
I didn't know who he was talking about. Maybe Frank knows. It's a Canadian thing or something, man.
Yeah, well, I think that's the GM of their hockey team in Montreal.
Okay,
okay.
last step in the progression of trying to
So
talk.
we'll stop here, like asking for free stuff. I mean, when you're trying to build yourself up, yeah, you know what I mean. You want to do that. You want to get to a point where you can just ask any question. And I think asking for free stuff and trying to sell somebody something are probably two of the hardest, the most difficult things you can ever do in your life. So, and yeah, brother Frank was like, yeah. It's hockey talk. He understood 100%. So asking for free stuff, whatever you need to do to bring yourself out of that rut, so to speak, do it. You know what I mean? I hate sales, but I had to get into sales at some point in my life. And that really helped me, like really over the top with it. I'll go talk to anybody. And that's because of that sales stuff. You want to talk about hearing no all the time. Jesus, I was in car sales for a hot minute, man, selling used cars. You would hear no so much. And people are coming to the car lot to buy the car and you still hearing no. And then when you had to tell them no because their credit was messed up, that was the worst. Like you were this close to a sale and their credit's bad. You can't even get them special financing. It's like, no, I've been out here for a month trying to get somebody to buy a car. But you know, I'm good with people. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm used to being around a lot of people. But like I said, a little secret to the trade, most comics don't like being around people like that. They do their comedy and then they leave, which is hilarious. It's true. It's true. They'll hang out with you, but then they're like, man, they most comics, man, they hate people. Just letting y'all know. I love y'all though. So come up to me, holler at me. But you know, the other comics you might want to stay away from. So so right there, and this is what we're talking about, communication. Now, of course, we're putting the emphasis on women, but this is really big for growing a business. Yeah. Like, you know how many people I got, you know how many no's I hear trying to get people on this platform, trying to line up future guests, other YouTubers, other people outside of that, like D-list celebrities and stuff like that. I hear no all the time. Even when I hear yes, you got to follow up and then they disappear on you. So if I were to let that stop me, there would be no I really want to know podcast, right? Y'all would be like, oh man. So this is part of life. Again, we focus on you young cats. Don't get discouraged because you hearing no. Don't get discouraged at all. Get to the point where, again, this is like, man, whatever, bro. You just don't care. Any thoughts on that there, brother Chris?
Yeah, man, you just got to keep it pushing, man. You got to understand. That's how you build up your tolerance, right? Get the reps in, right? Get that those calluses, you're talking about, right? Because then you hear it just like, all right, cool, no problem. On to the next one, man.
Off to the next one now. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, that was my point.
Now this one right here.
This guy.
This dude right here, he asked 100 girls on a date to get over his fear of rejection. And this is what he learned. This video right here, man, I'm gonna put this one in. I'm gonna put this one in the chat, man. Y'all need to go watch this. You know what I mean? Y'all need to watch this, bro. Cause I really thought that this was popping. This guy, and like you said, like the guy is he's 6'1", but you were saying you made some other comments about this dude, just some observations.
Yeah, like just on the surface, you're just like, yo, this dude is not it, man. Like, he's struggling with his acne. You can bag on him for being Asian, maybe, right? But dude, he's got all the confidence, man. He's like, despite like his we could say maybe his negative traits or whatever the case may be, or like Chris mentioned, unattractive face. He's like, no, I'm gonna get out there and do it. Like, you know, and just go out there and talk, man. Despite that, like, because a lot of people like they are self-conscious. Like, yeah, back in the day, man, when I struggled with my acne, I was super self-conscious about it, and I imagine that he is too. But he's like, no, whatever, I'm gonna own it, and he doesn't even talk about it. He just was like, you even forget that he's even got the acne.
Yeah,
That's
for
how
real.
the way he's approaching things, man. And so, despite maybe his shortcomings, whatever the case may be, he's like, no, whatever, I'm gonna go rock it anyway. I'm gonna get out of my comfort zone, and we're gonna see how it works out for him.
How that works out. And this guy went to a college campus to execute this exercise, right? To go out here and do this. And I'm like, yo, I thought it was, I'm like, uh-oh, let's see how this plays out. So let's check out this dude right here. And shout out to this man.
Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm Asian. Now, if you're Asian like me, you might have heard of spam. No, not that spam, you idiot. I'm talking about shy, passive Asian males. Indicators of being a spam include being too shy to talk to girls, being 6 feet tall, and excessively wearing dry fit shirts. Really, bro? I'm 6'1". All jokes aside, I really was a spam growing up. No one really ever told me I was attractive, and all the people that I thought looked super attractive on television, they looked nothing like me. So I basically grew up never talking to girls. Now, that was normal in middle school, and that was tolerated in high school. But now I'm a grown college student, and I've never been on a date in my life.
This right here, bro. This cat right here is like, I'm a grown college student and I've never been on a date in my life. Yo.
And it's weird, man, because that's like more common these days, for these young guys out here. It's like, man, like I remember going on dates in middle school and high school, man. Like just normal stuff, right? And this guy didn't do any of that. And it's really surprising.
So, and what's the status? A third of men between 18 and 30 are sexless or have had only one sexual encounter in the past year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most of the versions out there are men. Like it is insane. So here's a young guy. Like you said, he has, issues with his acne. You know what I mean? Like you see this cat right here, issues with his acne, fresh out of college. He says himself, never been on a date, doesn't have any experience. So he has this YouTube channel. So he has enough courage to at least do that. He's putting himself out there and he's going to go out here and just, man, do it the hard way. He should be airborne. He's jumping in. But again, he's 6 feet. So y'all got to like really understand when women talk about that height thing, like 6 feet, watch, you're going to see some reactions from some of these women. And don't get mad at the ladies, y'all. Don't hate the players. Hate the game.
Yeah.
So here we go.
If only there was a way to change that.
I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay.
In order to ask out 100 girls, I need to find 100 girls. Beggars can't be choosers, so I don't care what they're like as long as they're 18 and up. So what's a good place to find girls 18 and up? A college. We're going back to college. Actually, we're already at college. We just need.
That was hilarious, like a strip club. Facts. Be like, no, a college. Oh man. Brother Frank, like exposure therapy. Absolutely. Brother Smeeb was in the house. What's good, fam? Good day, good day. Apparently someone mentioned this. 2 out of 3 of the men don't have sex now. Someone said that updated stat on Fresh and Fit, unsure if it's true. 2 out of 3. We know the numbers going up. It could be. You know what I mean? We know the numbers are going up. It just takes, they do these studies. Some of them, they're not like every year. Some of them like every 3, every 5, every 10 years. Some of them even every 20 years. So I'm sure there's some stats out there. We just got to wait and see. You were about to say something, bro?
No. I'm good.
All right. So let's continue. And again, like if I were talking to this cat, like if I were coaching this dude, only thing I would tell him to do, I was like, all right, man, you definitely want to work on the acne. Like, if you can, go see a dermatologist, go see what's up, try to get that under control, right? That's the first thing I would do. Because we're way beyond clear seal here. Like, you're gonna need like a regimen. The second thing I would tell this cat is I would tell him, work on your wardrobe, your look. And I tell us that all the guys that I coach or mentor, whatever you want to put, figure out your look. Work on your wardrobe. And a lot of guys are like, well, what should my look be? I can't tell you what your look should be. It's a reflection of you. You can't tell me what my look's gonna be, which my look changes from day to day. You know what I mean? From month to month. It depends on what I'm doing. So I would tell people, well, here are my suggestions on how to do that. Maybe get yourself a few looks, try them out, see what they look like. Your basic wardrobe, your shoes, your accessories, you know what I mean? Like your hat, you know what I mean? Watches, bracelets, all that, you know what I mean? Car's an accessory, y'all. If we were just using the vehicle just simply to get from A to B, no one would, I mean, there would be no need for Lamborghinis and Bugattis and yeah, you know what I mean? And all the rest.
Yeah.
If you just want to get something, it wouldn't be no need for that. So that's part of those are accessories, bro. The chains and stuff like that. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, man. What I somebody told me once, and it made a lot of sense, is find somebody who you uh can appreciate and find that as like as your archetype, right? So, for example, like find a celebrity or a look that you maybe appreciate and follow that as your example, right?
Yeah.
So, one of the things that I also learned, shout out to Kevin Samuels, RIP there, was that it was more about the fit and not necessarily the brand or the fashion or whatever, right? So, let's say you've got a $50 shirt versus a $500 shirt, but if that $50 shirt fits better, it's gonna look way better than the $500 shirt. And I was like, it blew me away when I heard him say that back in the day, and I was like, wow, man. And so just invest in some clothes, and you don't even have to spend a whole lot of money, man. Like get them tailored, right? It doesn't cost much. A few
It doesn't
pieces,
cost much.
you can get maybe 2 3 pants, 4 or 5 shirts, maybe 1 or 2 shoes, and you can put stuff that's gonna match as well. So maybe you only have like 10 pieces of clothing, but you can create probably like over 100 combinations with that, right? So it doesn't take a lot to improve yourself, man, just like that.
If you get yourself two pairs of nice fitting jeans, like get a pair of like maybe some black jeans and some
Yeah.
blue jeans or whatever. Get 2 pairs of jeans. Get yourself one suit, like a 3-piece suit, right? One suit that's fitting right. Get yourself a handful of shirts, like collared shirts, and then like the V-neck shirts, and then like the crew neck shirts or whatever. And again, make sure they all fit. You don't want to wear baggy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, coming from the dude, I used to sag and all that, bro. I came up in the baggy era, man. Like
Yeah,
you don't want to
same
wear
here.
baggy, although I can still wear it and it works for me because I know how to put it together. But you don't really want to do that, right? So you have your athletic look, like whatever you like your sweatsuits, right? And like you said, you break it up. You can put your sweatpants on with a hoodie or something like that. Boom, boom, boom. You can wear your jeans with the vest from the 3-piece and then like a V-neck or a crew cut shirt, right? As a casual thing. You could put the whole 3-piece suit on together to do something kind of formal, right? You could take some slacks or some jeans in the blazer from it. You see what I'm saying? So now you didn't spend a whole lot of money, but you're blending these things together because in your mind you're like, okay, not only is this going to be my suit, like I get a black suit or a brown suit, I could wear this anywhere. It's like formal,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? All the way up to formal, but I could break it down. I could wear the vest with these jeans and these dress shoes, and then I could, take that off, and you know what I mean? I could switch it all up. And I think that's what Brother Chris is saying. And it does not cost a lot of money to do all this. Burlington Factory, Ross, going to a place like Macy's or whatever the department store is, and just go to when they have the deals. All right, that's the half off bin over there. And then you're like, well, do you have any other discounts? Well, if it has a red tag on it, it's also another 25% off on top of that. What? 75% off? Man, give me a couple of these shirts, bro. So you go in there with $30 to come out of there with 4 shirts. If you know what you're doing. And don't be afraid to go try the stuff on, y'all. Make sure it fits. Look like a proper gentleman. These little things help you. This dude right here that we're watching, he doesn't have a problem going up to women, and he's funny. So like that cat that's the dude right there. I wouldn't say anything about his approach and anything like that because he knows how to go up, talk to women. But he was on a mission. Like he was just talking to women.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to 100 women, and I'm like, I don't think he followed up. I'm gonna have to go. I subscribe to his channel. I'm gonna have to go and see if he actually did follow up with these women and actually.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know if he did a follow up video. But to your point about the dress, man, like one of the things that I learned last year, I went out and made an investment. I bought a tailored suit, so all in with the jacket, the pants, and something else I think, and the tailoring part of it. It was like $350 because I also added like a shirt and like something else. And I was like, wow, man, that really wasn't too expensive. And now I've got a tailored suit that fits me way better than the clothes that I had before. And I was like, wow, I can't even believe that it's not that difficult to get stuff that's gonna make you look better.
It's gonna
Right?
make it look better. That could bring you more money. It could bring you more women. You're gonna feel better too, man. All bottom line, especially when you get your game together. Like again, you could be the old dude like me. I slide into the spot. I post up, do what I'm doing. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. And guess what? People start coming over to me. When I come in like if I come in with a suit on, they come over to me like it's the weirdest thing. Like, man, these people are really drawn to this. Why do you think Jay Waller and Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, yo, free to takes? But you notice like
Yeah.
these guys, these guys who are perceived higher status dudes, like Kevin Samuels, rest in peace when he was here. You wear a suit, man, you just get all kind of attention. They assume you're a certain status because you have a suit on and the suit fits. Like Brother Chris is saying, it's nice, it's tailored up, it looks good, your accessories is right. You know what I mean? You ain't dripping with all this gaudy stuff. You got on like a nice little watch on. Like I'm wearing a long jeans watch right now. I mean, you guys can't really see it.
Oh, I like that one, man. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really see it. So let me see if I put it up to the like this watch right here. If I can I get it to can't get it to lock in on it. But this watch, this is a cool little everyday watch. This is one of my everyday watches. This is a good brand. And I was actually watching Needs Watches, which is a really good YouTube channel. It's a brother out of the DC area. This watch right here, you can get one of these for about, I'm gonna say $800. You can get a good Longines between $700 and $1,200. Now I know some people are like, man, that's a lot of bread. Yeah, but it's a classic look, and for only people who really know watches will understand. Like, yo, you got on the Longines. Like, yeah, you can go get a Rolex, you know what I mean, and all that. But when you're wearing an IWC or a Breitling or a like what's another, like a Longines, or you're wearing like a Grand Seiko.
I got
people.
I got a Tag myself.
Tag, that's another great brand. Watch people notice that. I'm like, yo, that's a nice watch, and you got your tag on with your suit on and everything. It's gonna draw people to you. Little subtle things. And I was wearing an Oris Carber watch, and this is like it's a collector. Yeah, it's a collector item. I was wearing that thing in an elevator with this. It was a couple there in the elevator with me. They were real standoffish. I could tell. I'm just kind of like, it was a slow elevator too. I'm like, man, you know, it is what it is. The guy looked down and saw that watch. He was like, hey, is that a Carber? I'm like, yeah, it is. And again, the watch is like one of 2,000, I think. Is it one of 20,000? And he was like, oh my goodness, I've been wanting to see one of those. And I'm showing him the watch. Couldn't get the man to stop talking to me. Couldn't. He wouldn't stop talking to me. After we go into the elevator, everyone's all standoffish, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden now he's my best friend over a little bitty watch. So these little things, you know what I mean, kind of play into it. So that the only thing I would tell him, like I would tell him that the acne, change up his look, but everything else this guy has, y'all. My bad, I went on a little bit of a rant there, but these little things are important. And again, you can find you a good citizen for like $200, $50, like a good citizen that looks nice. You know what I mean?
Another one, another brand is Tissot. They make some nice watches that are not they're not too expensive, man.
Tissot, I got my pocket watch. Tissot. I got a pocket watch, and trust me, y'all. When I put on my vest and I got on my little pocket watch and all that kind of stuff, man, look, I'm on some Pinky Blinders type gangsters, like proper gangster stuff, man, and it turns heads, bro. It's a conversation piece. Someone see you over there, and you open up your pocket watch and look down, check the time, you put it back in your pocket. They gonna come over and talk to you. Women gonna come over and talk to you, bro, because they think that's wow. Like they don't see that. You know what I mean? Like, wow, okay. So again, and when they come over to talk to me, it's rap because I know how to talk. But imagine if you don't know how to talk, and here's your opportunity. She comes over here, Uncle Sonny said, get a pocket watch, and this woman came over and I didn't know what to say. Like, talk about the watch.
Yeah, man.
You know, talk about her nails. You know what I mean? Ask her who she here with. That sort of thing. Brother Christopher.
He'll ask her about her watch, right? If she's wearing one, right?
If she's wearing one. Or she might have one at home. Like, man, you'd be surprised how many women are into timepieces, bro. That shocked me. There's a lot of women into timepieces out there, bro. And Cartier, wearing, Cartier or something like that, wearing a tank. Women wear tanks. That's a very expensive watch, by the way. But they're out there. Brother Christopher, never leave the house without looking your best.
Yo, this one I can't stress enough, man. Like, let's talk about this point real quick. So what I take that as is like just take pride in your appearance when you're out and about, man. If you're when you leave your house, look presentable, right? I've noticed like in the past few years, man, people just be looking like fucking bombs out here, man. I did a lot of travel between November and January recently, and just being in airports, I'm just like, yo, everybody I is fucking bomb, man. And I'm not saying I was dressed to the nines, but I was presentable, and I was thinking, man, like, what is going on now? And if you take just a modicum of effort, you can look a lot better than the majority of people that are out here, man. It's crazy to me, man. So shout out to Chris with the tips, man. He just keeps them coming, man. I love that guy, man.
Yeah, and that's facts though. Like, bro, if people they're getting on airplanes in their pajamas. You know what I mean? They look grimy. They look dusty. Nah, man. Whenever I travel, I'll travel, and you're going through security, and people treat you differently, but just
Yeah.
because you look presentable. You know what I mean? People calling me like, oh man, I see you roll over here looking like a smooth pimp. You know what I mean? Whispering it to my ear. It was like TSA guy whispering to me because he didn't want to get in trouble. He like, brother. I was like, you know what it do, player. You know what I mean? And it was just, that was a cool moment. Guess what?
Yeah,
I got through security that much faster too. It
yeah.
was
It's
like, opened up
interesting.
a line for me.
Yeah, and I've had Uber drivers comment to me. They're like, "Man, as soon as you walked out, like I knew you were on a different kind of time." And I was like, "Really?" I was like,
Like, I
well, okay.
appreciate that.
Thank you,
Right.
man."
Appreciate that. And this is how people perceive you. And this is, I mean, again, if like every morning I take my daughter to school, you know, I'm not getting dressed up for that. I put on sweats. I put on like some shorts, a hoodie, whatever. You know what I mean? But I still don't look trashy. It
Yeah,
matches. You know what I mean? It look like, all right, maybe, you just get out the gym. Um, but yeah, brother Christopher's like most of my is from H&M. Y'all
yeah,
notice I'm trying not to curse that much because YouTube is cracking down so hard on the curse words, man. I just got
okay,
monetized. So that's why, but it is what it is. If we let loose, if we let loose, we let loose. And I'm like, I just won't get monetized. You know what I mean? But they are cracking down on it hard. Brother Christopher, just don't be afraid of finding your best fit. Absolutely. Scam likely, brother Dusto, and getting to the gym. Absolutely. Everyone over here know that part. I think most of the guys that follow me, most of the people from the fresh and fit world, from the manosphere, red pill spaces, they understand that right off rip. You got to you got to get into the gym. You have to get into the gym. Point blank, period. Um, even my old butt, I got to get into the gym and stay in the gym. You know what I mean? But you want to look good. Sister Candace, 1,360 K subscribers. Yes, ma'am. People are coming over. Thanks to y'all, man. We growing. We are growing, and it feels good. So I appreciate that. Says you know me, you noticing the growth. Um, Go to the outlet stores, Black Friday. Absolutely. I get most of my
yeah,
stuff I'll go to here in the States on East Coast. Macy's department store is still pretty big. I'll go to Macy's and I signed up for their program where they get like special discounts, whatever. You give me your information so they can sell your information, but you get discounts.
yeah.
And they send me text messages all the time, additional 30% off, 40% off, 60% off. They're like, okay, tomorrow, additional 60% off on anything you buy. Addition, add another 20% if you buy something in jewelry or you buy something in men's or whatever. Take advantage of that stuff, man. That's where I've been getting most of my stuff from. I have tailor-made clothes, I have tailor-made suits, but I'll give them away. You know what I mean? To some youngins when I get too old. I got a few, but I go out and I'll hit Macy's up, I'll hit up Ross, I'll hit up the discount places and get that stuff, man. Because again, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Hey, y'all, here's the deal. The clothes don't make the man makes the clothes. You could put me
Yeah.
in anything and I'm gonna pull. I don't care what I'm wearing. I'm going to pull. So that's the attitude you gotta have.
Yeah, get that right, man.
Yeah, I just want to catch up on the chats real quick. Sister Candace, Taylor suit will 100% upgrade a man's look. Absolutely, brother Frank. Free to taste. Yeah, they got. I mean, man, I know the U.S. Embassy is getting involved now. That's more pressure from the West. If it's true and they are involved and are asking questions, I wouldn't be surprised if the tapes are released here in a couple of weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks. Because it's America and Romania doesn't want to look bad in front of America. So, that
Yeah,
could be the case. Or America might be involved in behind the scenes, like keep them in here for the whole 6 months. You know what I mean? So you never know. You never know.
never know.
You know what I mean? And Sister Candace, have you heard of Banneker watches? Banneker watches? I have not.
I haven't
Um,
either.
I'm gonna have to look that up, sis. I have not. I have not heard of that. I'll definitely look that up and let you know. And I'll check in with these watches. He's a big time watch guy. Big time watch guy. So he put me on to this. He put me on to so many different watches out there. Which is like Tudor is another one. Tudor is the Rolex
Oh
sister
yeah,
brand. And yo, that's another watch that's like they make some really good one. That'll be my next purchase. And that is a great timepiece, real rugged looking, but smooth, has good movement, all that. When I get one, I'm gonna have a whole show on it. Trust me, I'm gonna get these watches like, yo, I got the Black Bay. It's the Tudor Black Bay chronograph. That's the one I'm getting next.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I gotta work so hard trying to get up there, y'all. Trying to get up there. So let's get back to the video. Let's watch what this brother does.
Need to find someone to ask out. Would you go on a date with me?
No,
Why?
I'm a lesbian.
Let's try that again. Would you go on a date with me?
Well, we're kind of yeah.
Third time's the charm, right?
I don't know you, so no. I can't just be like, all right, let's like, go out. No.
Is there anything I could do to convince you otherwise?
If you can show me in my dimension you're a strong person.
Let's go find number 6.
Realistically, no, because I'm interested in something else.
Is there anything I can do to convince you otherwise?
Maybe like give me like $1 million.
You do realize
Maybe if you had like $1 million. Shout out to her for keeping it 100, yo. It's like maybe if you had $1 million. Wow, but let's keep watching.
I ate Spam out of the can like a minute ago, right? Would you go on a date with me?
I probably wouldn't.
Now at this point, Sam started to lose what little confidence he had coming in. You would think that rejection,
like right there, like that's some serious, that's medical grade acne. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude will definitely have to get that touched up, but
he's out there, man.
Right, he's out there getting it. It doesn't make that much of a difference. I was just thinking about like when he gets my age, that could really be bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want to definitely get that looked into, especially you were in college, bro. You should have used that college insurance. But let's keep going.
gets easier the more it happens, but he just started to feel worse. To be honest, he was ready to give up, admit that this was a failed video, and just go home. But his whole life, he'd always heard the phrase, 8th time's the charm, so he decided to give it one more try.
Would you go on a date with me?
Yeah.
Yo. And I think he's at Arizona State University, right? So this is a very attractive young woman.
Yes, she is, man.
And she said, yeah, I'll go on a date with you. Wow. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. 1 out of 8 said, yes, I'll go on a date. I think that's really good. I would imagine, especially on the college campus, it would be somewhere near 20-25 no's before he got to a yes.
That's a pretty good how you say outcome, man, in that first 10 or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's really good, especially this woman who's like she's kind of cute. He's just walking around campus, guys. Like it's not like there's a girl. Hey, will you go out with me? No conversation prior. Just hey, will you go out with me? And like I said, he's 6'1". If he would get into the gym and change up his clothes a little bit, I mean, he could do that. But he got 1 out of 9. Like, dude, that's not bad.
I mean, you seem very straightforward, and I'd be down to go on a date with you if ever.
Hello, I'm Sam's translator. If you recognize my voice, it's probably because I serve as Sam's narrator and also as Sam himself. Now, in case you didn't know, English is not his first language. It's actually idiot. So when he says, cool, what he really means is, holy crap, why did she say yes to me? You are too attractive. Please take it back. Please take it back. I'm not worthy of your love. And to make things worse, he could have just walked away. But you know what he did? He immediately asked out the girl sitting right next to her. This guy's an idiot.
Would you go on a date with
No, he's a player. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And quietly, go ahead, bro. You go first.
Yeah. So there was 2 things that if you notice, man, like one, he did what what the guys actually do is they beat themselves up in their head, right? But he played it cool. He's like, no, I'm gonna ask the next one out and see what happens.
Player. But and here's the thing. They're on the college campus. These women that he's talking to, they realize right away that again, it's probably a project or he's doing this for social media. So they get it instantly. Boom. So and then I believe they're honest, their answers are honest. Like, oh, you know what? Y'all go out with you. I'll give you a shot. If this dude was an athlete, let's say he was a star athlete on this campus, oh bro, he wouldn't even be making this video.
He would have to.
He wouldn't have to. He'd be out there crushing it. Because Myron talks about this all the time. Like if you're on a college campus and you're one of the top tier guys, bro, you eating, man. You absolutely are eating. But let's continue.
With me.
Yes, I like how you approached me.
Wow, I feel you guys are too kind. You guys are too kind today. You guys are way too
Confidence.
Now, Sam has 3 options here. He could either go on a date with girl number 8, or a date with girl number 9, or he could go date both of them.
Oh shit, my bad, bro.
You know what he did?
I'm about to run that one back.
He walked away to find girl number 10 because he was way too nervous.
Would you go on a date with me?
Hey, sorry about that, guys.
Here's your number 9.
Oh man.
Or you could
Oh man,
How you
moment.
approached me.
Wow, I feel you guys are too kind. You guys are too kind today. You guys are way too
Confidence.
Now, Sam has 3 options here. He could either go on a date with girl number 8, or a date with girl number 9, or he could go date both of them. You know what he did? He walked away to find girl number 10 because he was way too nervous.
Would you go on a date with me?
Yes.
Here's your chance, Sam. You've learned from your mistakes with girls.
Now, when he was talking to the first girl who said yes and then her friend, I noticed in the shot there was a tray like a cup holder, and they had 3 cups in there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they had a third friend there. So once the first girl said yes, now the second one's gonna say yes, right? Because the whole hive mind thing, right? And then it's like pre-selection. Yeah, hey, all this red pill stuff y'all hear, bro. Like you gotta really look, think about it, and I think this stuff does work. It is what it is, and it's not like, well, it's gonna work every time. It's this and that. You need to be aware of it because it will affect how you move, right? I'm telling you, social proof is crazy. So, and the third girl, I don't think that was their friend, but maybe she saw that going on. She heard it. She's like, well, I'm gonna say yes too. You never know.
It's possible.
It's possible. Let's continue.
8 and 9. Now's your chance to
Apparently I
schedule
have
a real date. Wait,
boyfriend.
what?
If I didn't have a boyfriend, I'd go on a date with you.
Today it's a no. I'm not in a mental state right now. I feel like if we talked first and I liked what we were talking about, then yeah.
What do you want to talk about right now?
I have a girlfriend.
Would you go on a date with me? Now hold up. She may be laughing. It's not a no.
What about somewhere in UCSD?
Would you say yes if I said somewhere in UCSD?
Sure, why not?
Told you.
I usually like to talk to people before I go on a date with them.
You're talking to me now. Is this a yes or a no?
No. Well, your mom is my boyfriend, so.
Would you go on a date with me?
Sure, yeah, why not?
No. I don't really know you. Depends on what kind of date it is.
What kind of date would you want to go on?
To get food, maybe?
Okay, I'm down.
Okay. I don't trust people.
The foodie date, bro.
Yeah.
The foodie.
You knew what she was doing.
Yeah, hey, go get some food. He's up to 24 women that he's asked. 4 has said yes.
That's pretty good ratio, man.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. And here's the thing to realize too out there, y'all. Like simply because you have a young woman who agrees to go out with you, that's just the beginning. You have no idea. More than likely, she's gonna flake when it's time for the date. And just keep it 100.
Yeah.
She's going to flake, and if she shows up, you have a good time or whatever. You might not see her again. Women have so many choices, bro. Even if they like you, they just have too many other choices, and they're inundated with offers. You know what I mean? They're on a date with you. They probably get 20 offers. The time you've been hanging out with her from dudes on, you know what I mean, on Instagram or whatever. So, or on social media in general. So, I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm just letting you know this is how the game is played. Now, if she goes out with you and she stays in touch with you and she reaches out to you and she wants to spend time with you, all right, it's looking good, bro. It's looking good. But don't get mad, man. This whole game is crazy, bro. Like the averages just don't work in our favor as men.
Yeah,
People, guys who approach girls. I feel like that's a red flag. I've had a red flag with any guy who's ever done that. Like you can approach, but not out of the blue. It's more of you're waiting in line. Oh.
Has she been on Fresh and Fit?
No, I have no idea.
Because this is insane what she just said. It's a red flag if you approach women. That's a red flag. Shouty. Well,
no, I think she's talking about the setting of where you're getting approached. I think that's where she's coming from. Because she said if you're in line, it's fine. It's like, okay.
That's crazy.
Oh, like, have you tried this?
Oh.
Or something.
Well, have you tried this? Would you go on a date with me?
I have a girlfriend. I'm talking to someone. I'm pretty busy.
It's a lot of women dating women in this video
Yeah,
on
man,
this
it's like
campus.
it's a thing nowadays, man. And if you notice too, deal like he's pretty witty too with some of these girls and their responses.
Well, that's what puts him on. He's funny. He's funny and he's tall. So that translates into all kind of confidence. And it's funny because most comedians lack in confidence when it comes to women. Right? They're great on stage, but when they get off, they're horrible with women. So women see him on stage, like, man, that guy's so confident. And then when the guy talks to him later, they're like, oh, this dude's a weirdo. So I've seen that. But if you could go out there and you present yourself, you're confident, you're witty, you're making them smile. Again, you're not a threat. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. They're having fun. You're entertaining. Right? If people like experiences, they're getting an experience right now. I'm on, okay, when are you gonna post it? Where's it gonna be? I'm gonna be on TV. I can tell all my girls. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
She's got a story.
Busy. I have a boyfriend.
Boyfriend. This guy's actually my boyfriend, so.
If I was single, I might be tempted, but
I mean, if you pay me enough, anything's possible. Boyfriend?
Boyfriend. I don't know you at all.
I'm too emotionally attached to fictional characters right now.
Would you go on a date with me?
I don't really say no to that question. I don't have the best sense of personal safety, which probably isn't something I should be saying on the internet.
Hilarious.
That girl cracked me up, man. But hey, shout out to her for being honest.
She's telling the truth, man. And I guess I was wrong. I thought this was Arizona State, but I think they're in San Diego. I think this university is San Diego. I think.
Yeah, maybe.
UCSD. I think that's what it is. So man, Southern California women, bro. On campus, they're nice. Well, they're nice on campus, man. They're fun in that environment. Once they leave the reservation, though, it can be a problem. It could be a problem, bro. Brother Christopher, remember she's on camera too, which changes things. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro.
That's right, man.
Absolutely. But nothing but cuties here. I mean, it's beautiful women in school in California, all over the country, all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
I have a boyfriend. I'm kind of talking to someone right now. I'm not interested in dating right now.
Would you go on a date with me?
Yes. I just don't really date. I have a boyfriend. Honestly, I'm kind of caught up in school.
Is that the honest truth?
Boyfriend. No, because I also have a boyfriend.
He can also come.
I mean, he might. Like, he's pretty social.
Can't, because I don't live here. Maybe we could, like, hang out a little.
I can't go on a date because I don't live here. I've never heard that one, bro. I can't go on a date because I don't live here. That's all the more reason to come. Like, wait.
The chance encounter. Let's make it happen, right?
And you notice, like, the women, these women run the gamut. Like they run the gamut when they're just talking about just like attractiveness, right? You're figuring the average woman here just average. These girls, like, they're cute, but they're just average. You know, I'm maybe 1 or 2, might have been like a 7, 8. I take that back. I don't think I've seen the 8 on here.
I would say there was a couple in there that were, but to your point, like they're mostly attractive, cute girls, but they're not like extremely attractive where you would say, oh, this woman is gorgeous, right?
Like, she making money on her beauty. Like, she could sit around and make a couple $100,000 a year on her beauty. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah.
Those are the 8, 9s, and 10s. So but I mean, they're cute, great. They seem to have bubbly attitudes. You know what I mean? This seems real cool. I mean, this is a fun video.
For, like, going on a date.
Also, would you want to hang out?
Yeah, sure. But, like, the thing is, I have a boyfriend.
Well, would you look at that? We've reached the halfway point. I've been very busy trying to find people, so I haven't really been explaining my thoughts, but I've actually been learning a lot. My biggest lesson from the first half is that rejection doesn't really get any easier. Wait, excuse me, would you go on a date? Okay. All right. It still sucks being rejected, but the dopamine rush I get whenever someone says yes keeps me going. And
real quick, I want to talk about that. The dopamine rush. It sucks to be rejected, but the dopamine rush I get when they say yes keeps me going. Bro, that should not be a thing, gentlemen. That should not be a thing. That's what's your take on that, man?
I don't know. I kind of agree with that one, man, because it gives you a boost. You're just like, man, hell yeah, I'm in there, and it keeps you going, right? It helps build. But then when you get those no's, that should also help you build too, right? Because who doesn't want to hear yes? Who doesn't want to go on a
Right.
date, have fun, right?
The dopamine rush, though, that's crazy, though. But hey, Myron talked about that when he did that experiment when he was on dating with his female friend's profile.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I got all these, all these interests, all these hits, ding, 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 ding. Hey, I'm lit." So I get that, but I mean, and maybe like for my generation, not so much. You know what I mean? Not so. And I would say that because we were so used to dealing with disappointment, bro. We were so used to hearing no and getting cut from the team, and you know what I mean, losing your slot. You know what I mean, and you just, bro, we just were used to. I don't know. I guess people say, "Well, y'all are jaded." Like, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, definitely a vet. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in the trenches since I was 8. Y'all don't understand. It was rough out there, y'all. You know what I mean? Brother Christopher's laughing. These are fun girls for real. And they are, man. So let's get back to the video. But that point with the dopamine rush, be careful of that, fellas. To me, that tells me you're too in tune to your emotions and you're relying on this. Be careful with that, bro. Because you ask this girl to go out, she says yes, you get this, the butterflies or whatever, you get this dopamine hit, right? Understand something. The first thing you need to understand, simply because she said yes doesn't mean she's gonna go out with you. So now she said yes, you got all excited, you got the dopamine rush, and she flakes on you, which there's a 75% chance that she's gonna flake on you on that first date. It is what it is. She flakes on you. How you gonna feel? That's gonna really crush you because you got that dopamine rush. You get it, you know what I'm saying? You too emotionally invested as a dude off rip. You gotta control that. You gotta use your Jedi strength. Use that Jedi power in you to control your emotions. You must control your emotions, fellas. Be careful because that is what gets you in trouble. That's what have you doing stupid stuff, right? That's where that's when you get to the creepiness, to the stalkery stuff. Control your emotions, fellas. You know what I mean? I because getting her to say yes to a date is, man, that's just the very, very beginning.
Yeah, true.
I just realized I sound like a drug addict. But that being said, here's hoping that we find our heroine in the second half. Would you go on a date with me?
You said you seen you asking like other people earlier. So.
Told you women be watching. The streets be watching. She was wondering, what is he doing? You know what I mean?
I said I don't want a guy who's for the streets.
Oh. What if I took him out? Like, took him out.
Be careful what you say, people. She said, I have a boyfriend. He said, what if I took him out? He means, what if I take him out with us? But she said, I have a boyfriend. He said, what if I took him out? As in, take him out. You dig? She could go tell the police that, or go tell dude that. And the dude might be crazy and come look for you over a misunderstanding on some words, right? So be real careful with your words, fellas. Be real careful with your words. Brother Christopher, don't let the chemicals control you. Facts. Better control them chemicals. Once you let your emotions out, it's a wrap, boy. You will not win. I'm just keeping it. I'm keeping it 100 with you. You will not win. You need to, if you're gonna let your emotions out, it's after the vetting process, right? It's after y'all been through some ups and downs. It's after your family, your crew, your people say, yeah, she good people. It's after she's proven herself to you. Then and only then do you want to start to let your emotions out little by little. Bro, it's not a Disney fairy tale out here, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, you don't want to get yourself caught up. And use your words right.
Yeah.
That would give me even more reason not to.
But you wouldn't know it was me.
I would though.
How?
Because you just admitted
Oh,
it to me.
yeah.
Yeah, probably. A date is just a date, and I think a coffee is like something you can say yes to anyone to. Yeah, I mean, you seem fine.
Dang, girl, I think you fine too.
Yeah, sure. Be nice to like get to know you.
I feel like I'm a pretty boring guy.
Well, I don't know that yet, so.
Oh, true.
I have to find out, boyfriend.
I mean, I feel like I'd have to get to know you first.
Yeah, I don't know. You seem like a nice person, and you have a cool personality. You just approached me, and then I think that was cool. Like nobody really does that.
Yo, fellas, attractive women, beautiful women, but the ones who aren't like the Instagram models and all that kind of stuff, just women who are just naturally beautiful, they don't get approached by a lot of men. Regular dudes, they get guys who know what they're doing gonna holler at them. They get hollered at, but women, like I said, women can tell the difference. Most women like that right there, what she said was fire. That young girl is pretty too. And she was like, look, no one, you approached me. Yeah, I'll go out with you. You approached me. Like, look, this is a cutie. You know what I mean? She's probably somewhere between 18 and 20. You know what I mean? Little cutie. Yeah, it's probably somebody you want to get to know. You know what I mean? And a lot of guys are like, man, she probably got mad bodies. Maybe. You know what I mean?
It's possible, man. You don't know
anything's
till you check it
possible.
out.
Exactly. And if she's good, if she can keep her skeletons in the closet, great. So long as she just don't tell me you done smashed 50 dudes in the past 18 months. I don't want to hear that. But again, that's just what I tell all the young ladies. Man, lie. Keep your bodies in the closet, man. Don't tell nobody if you got a lot of bodies. Lie. But that young girl, she's very attractive. And I think she was being 100% honest when she said, no one approaches me. Yes, I would go out with you, have some coffee or whatever like that. That would be a good person to go talk to. I would take this young lady out. You know what I mean? I'd take her out for some ice cream or something and a walk in like Jamba Juice, a smoothie and a walk in the park or something and see what's up.
There you go, man.
That's all it takes. Yeah, but let's keep going. A little
And
cute.
then I think that was cool. Like nobody really does that.
That's 3 out of our past 5. Hopefully that means we're about to get a bunch of yeses and definitely not get embarrassed by our next girl. Would you go on a date with me?
Well, no, it's weird because we're in the same high school.
Yes, you heard that right. She said we went to the same high school. She's wrong. We only went to the same middle school, but awkward.
No. I don't.
She said no, but little shorty was about it. She was about it. If you just, you press that little bit, she would be like, okay. She knew him from earlier. It's like high school, like, no, it was middle school, shorty. I didn't know you in high school. That's funny. That shows you that guy had no real impression on nobody, but yeah, he can get that.
Yeah, there you go, man.
I don't want to seem like I'm like making this up. I'm actually seeing someone too.
My rule is until May 19th when I take my MCAT, no boys.
I can wait until May 19th.
I would go on one date. Sure.
One day. What's the point of going on one date if I'm not gonna?
One date is a win, shouty. He's thinking, I'll go on one date. That's all I need. That's all I need. If you got
that's what he could have said right there. Is like, that's all I need.
That's all I need. But this dude doesn't have the rest of it. He's getting past the anxiety. He's going up in a pretty friendly environment. 100 women, where is he at? He's got 10 women that said yeah. He's at 62, 10 said yeah. These are high numbers, y'all. Especially for dude. Like, these are high numbers. If he tried the same experiment in like on the streets in San Diego, like at the bars and whatnot, downtown San Diego, nah, bro. Numbers will be way lower. Way lower. So he's in a friendly environment.
Yeah.
He's doing well. He doesn't even know it.
I'm gonna get the second one.
Do you want me to be really honest?
Yeah, go for it.
You're not my type.
What is your type?
Tall.
Am I not tall? I'm 6'1".
You're 6'1". Okay, maybe I can.
Yo, just like that.
You see her demeanor change like that?
Just like that. Little cutie. She's into the top tier dudes. She's into the frat boys. Yeah, she got a high body count. It is what it is. And then dudes like, wait, I'm 6'1". Like, word?
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, y'all. Just like that. Now, I'm not saying go out and get that height BBL thing. Like, they got that procedure for men to let they break your legs and stretch you out to make you 2 inches. Don't do that, y'all. But it just shows that women will change on a dime, bro. She's about it. She's like, all right, whatever. I like tall guys. Well, I'm 6'1", and her friends are co-signing. Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hilarious.
Give you like half a date.
What the hell?
I gave up.
Half a date. That's all I need. That's what he just said. Half a date's fine. I'll take a quarter of a date. That's all I need.
And for Lent. So unfortunately, no.
What the heaven?
I'm in a long distance relationship. Just got into a breakup. If you cracked a good line, I would definitely consider.
1 to 10. I think you're a 9, and I'm the one you need.
Oh, that's good. See, yeah, that would probably. I would definitely be like, sure, yeah.
All right.
That made me laugh, man. That was funny.
College, is it that easy, bro? Like that is, it's that easy just walking around. Hey man, God bless them. Y'all youngins need to get the nearest college, bro. Go to the nearest college ASAP, man. Run this exact same experiment go to college, run his exact same experiments, bro. Oh my goodness. Let's continue.
Where are we going?
I'm so sorry. I got a shotty on the side, but yeah.
What?
I'm engaged.
Where's the ring? Where's the ring? Oh, okay. You actually have a ring. Is there anything I can do to change your mind?
No! I prefer being single. Maybe a different time. It's just like not my time to be in a relationship right now. Right person, wrong time. I don't really have time for boys right now. I have never been on a date before.
You don't want me to be the first one?
I have a boyfriend.
Just got out of a relationship.
Hold on. She said, I've never been on a date before. He should have said me too. Because he's never, that's how that video started. He said he's never been on a date.
That was the perfect opening. Like he could have taken that one.
This is what we mean about communication, y'all. You got to be quick. You got to get in there. You got to get in there. You see an opening like that, you have to take it.
Take it.
I've never been on a date before. Me neither. She'll be like, really? No, seriously. That's why I'm doing this project. Why you think I'm walking around talking to 100 women trying to get a date? Oh my God, that's so cute. Let's go get some ice cream. No food. Don't go on your first date dropping $300-400. Don't do it. That's easy to do in San Diego. By the way. But let's continue.
Boyfriend. Right here. Right there.
At this point, Sam had reached 14 straight rejections, the most he'd gotten so far. His insecurity started to creep in again, and he started to doubt if anyone would ever say yes to him again. But good thing money can buy everything.
Would you go on a date with me?
Are you gonna pay for my food?
Oh, good.
Sure.
Good follow-up.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm actually running out of time, so let's breeze through the rest of these.
There were a couple more no's.
I am into women.
I'm also into women.
I only have space in my heart for my cat.
I have a boyfriend. As friends, yeah.
That's not the question.
2 girls who were way too nice to me.
Yeah, I would. I like your personality.
Describe my personality.
You're good at taking sarcasm.
Yes. 30-second conversation we had before this. You're funny and you can like actually hold a conversation.
A lot.
There it is right there. There it is. That's the bottom line. You're funny and you can hold a conversation. So yes, I'll go out with you. And these women, I would say maybe a hair below average. Nah, they're 5s. I'll give them 5. They're young. They're young, no, you know what I mean? Definitely worth hanging out with, talking to, and stuff like that. But bro, they bowed it. Like, yes. Fellas, do y'all see how it is? This is how it works, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Go up there, show you know what I mean? You got a pair, like, what's up? Go up there, be cool, not cool. You don't want to go up there and look stupid, like, hey, what's up, baby? Nah. Just go, you know, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Just
Don't be awkward. Don't be awkward. Just be normal, man.
Just be be straight up, like, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Hey, just wondering. I'm doing this thing. You mind being on camera? No, I'm gonna ask you a question. I just want to get your honest reaction. Okay, boom. But you go on a date with me, and then bam, there it is. You got your back and forth. I mean, man, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
More no's.
I have a boyfriend. No. I just got my heart broken. No. After getting to know you, maybe. I have a boyfriend.
1 girl who wants to date for content.
Okay, the fact that you asked me this low-key, this project is like cool. So like, yeah, I would, because that's like interesting. Like people don't do interesting stuff like that.
So you just want to go on a date for content?
Well,
My last couple rejections.
I'm not mentally stable enough to.
no.
And we ended on a hot streak.
Yeah, but I am like maybe 5/8 of a lesbian.
Depends on what car you drive.
Oh,
I drive a Lexus.
okay, we can work with that.
Where we go?
I drive a Lexus. Hey man, she's easy to please, bro. Like I drive a Lexus. All right, that's the one you want right there, bro.
There
You're
you
good to
go.
go. Because when she gets off that campus and gets into the real world, that's gonna bump up to now. I gotta have Mercedes AMG or BMW M. Like that's gotta be the bottom line, base entry level right there. Really looking for a Ferrari, Aston Martin. You know what I mean? Like, bro, Lexus. Wow, look, I was too old, huh?
It's reliable.
Yeah, it's reliable. Just she might be reliable too, bro. I don't know, man. Like this guy, he has no idea what 16 out of that 16. He's probably got a good 5. That if you know what he's doing, he can definitely get there. But and listen to this part she's about to say. So check out this part right here. We run it back just a little bit. Here we go.
What car you drive?
Oh,
I drive a Lexus.
Oh, okay, we can work with that.
Where are we going?
Up to you. Where do you want to go?
McDonald's.
All right. Are you paying?
I can pay for McDonald's.
Okay, bet.
Fellas, if you're watching this, young guy, listen, I know I say don't pay for food and all that. First dates should be simple ice cream or whatever coffee date. But if you get a young woman that's cool with you taking her to McDonald's, man, go ahead, man. And tell her only value menu stuff. Only value menus. Like, you can't have a number 1 or number 9. You can have the hamburgers 99 cents, fries 99 cents, soda. And y'all sharing the fries. I mean, she gonna let you take her to McDonald's, bro.
That's hilarious, bro. I haven't been to McDonald's in I don't know how long. I don't even know what's even on that menu anymore, man.
I do. A whole bunch of stuff that ain't good for you, bro. She's
the
talking
truth.
about getting my Lexus. I need you to have a Lexus to take me to McDonald's. McDonald's. I'm hollering at Shorty. I'm sorry, bro. I'm hollering at Shorty. Like, what? McDonald's? Can we do Burger King? Like,
have it your way, man.
Have it. Ooh. See what I mean? That's communication skills right there, people. Oh my goodness. Let's continue.
You require a Lexus car, but you want McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, at least as long as you're paying for food now. I like going on dates with random people.
In-N-Out. So girl was like, ask for In-N-Out because that's the expensive fast food in California.
Oh man.
All right, here we go.
You do this often?
No, like if they come up to me and ask me, like of course I'm gonna say yes. Like if they had the audacity to come up and ask me. And you look like my dad, kind of.
Yeah, you're confident.
Oh man.
Should we all just go on a date together?
Sure, throuple. Wait, quadruple.
Oh,
Mine is number 97.
if you were single, would you go on a date with me?
That leaves us with a 19% acceptance rate. That's it. Are you serious? Oh my. I knew I shouldn't have made this video. I knew I'd be too unlovable and no one would love me like that. I knew girls are too good for me.
No, Sam, that's not true. And I'm not just saying that because I'm you. If you look at that number, you're right. 19% is pretty bad. But you have to remember that 63% said they weren't interested in dating anyone right now, not just you. That means you actually got 19 out of 37 interested women to say yes. That's over 50%. And these people, they don't even know who you are. Imagine how much more interested they'd be in you if they knew the kind and loving heart that you have inside. Okay, that's a lie. Your personality is kind of trash. But still, people were willing to give you a shot. And all of those girls that said yes to you, they're way more attractive than you. Heck, these were girls you wouldn't even be able to say hi to before. And now you've got the chance to take them on a date? That's a crazy thing, Sam. But even that is missing the point. You got over your fear of rejection in a single day, and more importantly, learned to love who God created you to be. Even if every single girl said no, you've learned to love yourself, and that's what's most impressive, Sam.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And that's facts. This dude did a good job on this video, y'all. I mean, he did a good job on this video. Like this guy, you know, I think it might be a little capping going on because this dude, he's very creative. He's on YouTube. He really came out strong. I don't think this dude has a problem hounding at women. Now, that doesn't mean that he's getting on or whatever, but I got to show him respect, man. He got to give him a hand for that. You know what I mean? Because that brother came out. He came out hard. He came out hard.
Yeah, man.
And there was some women on there. It's fine, too.
There was a lot of attractive women in that video, man. For sure. At least in my opinion. And he just went out and did it. And he kept going one after another. And I get the self-deprecating humor for the video, but honestly, man, he I don't think he's giving himself enough credit, man.
Facts. I don't think he's giving himself enough credit at all. But I mean, but again, like he said at the end, and this is a great way to end this video as well. Gentlemen, if you have a problem, you have this anxiety of approaching women, the only way to get through that anxiety is to go out and approach women. Go out, do what this guy did. Go out. I'm gonna go out today and I'm gonna walk up to 10 women and say hello. Start there. You ain't gotta ask them on a date. I'm gonna go out here to 10 women and just say hello. That's it. I'm gonna introduce myself. That's it.
Yeah.
Do
Say
that.
hi. What's your name? How's your day going? And like I said earlier, that question, what I found is most people are gonna say, "Oh, it's been good." Oh, cool. What's been good about it? I mean, just that whole interaction would be less than 2 minutes. That's all you need just to build
And
that confidence, man.
I would say put yourself on the clock. Now, I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna talk to 2 minutes. I don't want a phone number. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna ask her for anything other than just a quick, "Hey, how you doing? What's up?" Blah blah blah. 2 minutes. I'm in and out. Do that. If she offers up a number or if she asks for your information, yeah, by all means, give it to her. But just go up, have a quick little conversation, and then go talk to the next one, and then the next one. Do that. If you really have this anxiety, go up. Doesn't matter if the woman is pretty or attractive, very attractive or ugly, or it does not matter. Just go up and say hi, strike up a conversation. Do that. Go out the first time, 10 women. Next time you go out, 25 women. You know what I mean? By the time you get to 50, you should be over that anxiety, bro.
Yeah.
And there's someone out there, like in his chat on that particular stream, it was someone in the comments that was saying, well, it's different when you're going to talk to a girl that you like. I don't.
That's the problem right there, is that you're treating them differently, right? You might like her, right? But you can't change that mindset, man. Just like, yo, it's just she's another human being that's out there, right? They're normal people just like we are, man. Like
they are.
They're nothing special. Just like none of us are special. We're just out here trying to get through life.
Just trying to get through life. I did a video and I was talking about approaching pretty women, and I did a short off that video, like a 1 minute short, and it was like what is it? Dimes Love Conversation 2 or something like that. And I told the story of how I was talking to this beautiful woman on Sunset Boulevard, just outside of one of the comedy clubs. It's when I was doing my comedy thing. I was, working my way up the ranks. Had a good conversation with this woman. I mean, she looked good. You know what I mean? She was dressed like, like a beatnik kind of thing. You know what I mean? Whatever. She had people with her, and it turns out that it was Rosario Dawson.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me this story. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sitting there talking to Rosario Dawson, and in her mind, she couldn't believe that I didn't know who she was. And it was a real conversation. It was just a real one-on-one conversation. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, her friends were like trying to drag her away. I'm like, look, I see I got stuff to do, man. I'm gonna holler at you. It was a pleasure talking to you. Maybe I'll see you around. And I walked away, and it was one of my guys that told me, like, bro, that was Rosario Dawson. Now, like, damn, maybe I should have got her number. You know what I mean? Because she was wide open. She was wide open. But
they probably don't get those kind of interactions like that.
Exactly, they don't. And that's like Hollywood game, like celebrity game. If you walk up to a celebrity and if you can, it's best if you don't know them. But if you can walk up to them, you not know who they are, and still have the confidence to talk to them. It was the same thing with Logan Browning. That's the woman from Dear White People. She was the star of that. Very beautiful woman. I mean, very, very beautiful woman. And I saw her, I didn't recognize her. And it was the cashiers, after she walked out, the cashiers was saying, hey, that's the actress Logan Browning. I still went out and said something to her, but you know what I mean? I definitely wasn't dressed right. I was looking horrible. I mean, dude, I still went and hollered at her, though. I had to. She was just that fine. But in fact, I looked so bad. I think she was about to give me some money. She probably thought I was a bum. I'm seriously. Rolled down her window. I think she was about to drop me like $5 or something. I look bad, but I had to holler at her though, and and I asked her, I said what I said, but my heart wasn't in it. And if they hadn't told me she was who she was, I probably would have gone. I would have came at her, way different. You know what I mean? I would. So that's one of those things where I kind of psych myself out. It shouldn't matter who she is. It just shouldn't. Your game should be your game no matter what. I'm shooting at her. I don't care who it is. And they sense that. They know it. And if, man, like I said, if it weren't for the cashiers, I wouldn't know who she was. But it didn't matter. Still went up to her. So yeah, bro. I think that's kind of like my final thought. What's your final thought on this? And we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, man. I just think that you just have to get the reps in, man. Like, just get out there and start doing it. But take baby steps, if you will, right? Like I had mentioned earlier in the stream, go talk to people that have to talk to you, right? Those interactions, like you mentioned, the cashiers, right? Your bartenders, your servers, your Uber drivers, your delivery drivers, right? People at the gas station, like just in your everyday interactions, just practice talking to them. Just ask them how their day going, right? Or what's good here, right? What do you recommend? Hell, just ask for directions. Like, what the hell? Like, it can just be that easy to get those reps in. Like, or the person that cut your hair, right? Chat them up. You're there for like, 10, 15 minutes. Strike up a conversation. Hey, how long you been working here? Or what made you get into, cutting hair or whatever, right? And stuff like that. And
Anything. Yep.
that's how you do it, man. Just that's how you got to get the reps in. And then eventually you can turn off practice mode, right? And when you're ready, you just go and talk to people.
Yeah. And more likely when you're doing this, we're out here in practice mode. I'm telling you, one of these women, if you're talking to just regular folks, like you're just walking up to, I'm just talking. One of these women might holler at you. You might be what they looking for. They might slide you the number, like, oh, how can I get a hold of you? Or you on Insta, can I get you this? Can I get you that? That might happen. If they offer that to you or they ask you for your information, yeah, by all means take it.
Yeah.
But again,
That's positive.
but this is just the first part, right? There's way more to it. You know what I mean? The first date, you know what I mean? Dealing with small talk, you know what I mean? Integrating with her friends. Like there's so much more to this, but it all begins here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I think my biggest thing for people was like just getting over that initial start, that inertia, right? Getting moving, man. That's the hardest part is to start. But once you get the reps and you're just like, oh, it's easy. Just talk to people, whatever. And then you go to the next level and you're like, all right, now that I'm more comfortable talking to people, now I'm gonna try to holler at people.
I'm gonna try to holler.
Now I'm gonna be like, yo, this interaction is gonna be a romantic interaction. Let them know, right? So then they can decide if they're with that program or not. And if they're not, that's okay, right? Not everybody. Another thing that people guys need to understand: not everybody that you like is gonna like you back, and vice versa, right? And that's okay, right? You just have to be accepting of that. It's fine. On to the next one, man.
That's real talk. So you get over the approach anxiety, you get over that. And then you move into the next stage, do what dude did, go out and like, okay, just ask women, hey, can I ask you a question? What? Can I take you out? Do that. That's some silliness, but just do that just to see what happens. No, I got a boyfriend, or they might say yeah. If they
be
say
playful with it. Yeah.
Right. And then if they say yes, and that takes you into what Chris just said, that takes you into the whole now you hollering at them, like, because they might say, oh, you're just my friend. Like, don't let yourself get placed into the friend zone. Like, I'm cool. Like, I like you. I'm trying to get at you. Like, it's cool if you don't like me back. That's fine. Just holler at me when you're ready. But don't get into the friend zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Willing
exactly. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
And then there's, like I said, there's more to it, man. So we'll probably pick this up. We might make this a little series. Like, all right, we talked about getting over approach anxiety. Now let's talk about, the first stages of your game. Figure out what your game is. That'll be actually a good conversation. Like, figure out what your game is, and then move into, how to get into a relationship type thing and what that means and all that. And then I know a lot of guys will be like, well, how do I do that whole open on my end and closed on hers? Like, bro, you got to be at the highest level for that, bro.
You have to be in a position to be able to warrant that treatment, right? You can't just be like some guy, that's a bum, right? That's not gonna work, man.
It
You have to be
probably
able
won't.
in a position to be able to have that not privilege, but in order to be able to command that kind of a situation, right? You have to be eligible, if you will.
Yeah, you got to qualify for that, bro. You
Yeah,
got to be
there
a
you go.
top tier dude that actually qualifies for that. Now, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to, be ripped up like Myron or driving around in Rolls Royces like Fresh. You know what I mean? I know dudes that didn't have much, but their game was so tight, and these women were just into them that they could do it.
Yeah.
But the girls, they'll snap out of it at some point. Like, this dude is broke. Like, I'm always paying for this and paying for that, and I can't go nowhere. But he keeps running women. So simply, and when I say you got to work your way to that level, it doesn't mean money and game, and it's more game, but it doesn't mean money or whatever. Like, just simply because you have money don't mean you master any type of game, right? So, you know what I mean? Like, it's a conversation that we could have at some point, but just understand that most dudes don't fit into that criteria. They just don't. Most dudes don't even want to be honest with you, bro. They say they do. They want to spend place, but the guys I bump into, when I actually get to talk to them and see what's going on with them, all they want is a woman that loves them back. That's all they really want. One woman. Most dudes ain't trying to run rotations, bro. And there's nothing wrong with that, fellas. Nothing at all. But just understand game and be willing to walk away. That's key. right? Because if you're not willing to walk away, she has all the leverage. So the person in the relationship that's willing to walk away, that's the person with the leverage, and that's where you want to be. You know what I mean? And again, that goes into controlling your emotions and all that other stuff. It's like Brother Chris would say, like, man, don't let the chemicals control you, bro.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Trust
it
me.
is, man. It is.
Been
You gotta
there,
build
been
up.
crushed.
Yeah, we all have, brother. We all have.
Been there, been crushed more than once, man. And I know better. So I'm just letting you know, man. I ain't never did. Man, please. I have gotten crushed, but I've also done some crushing. So you know what I mean? It goes both ways, man. So Brother Chris, man, G Complex in the house, man. Thank you again. Thank you so much for doing this, bro, and finding those videos and shooting them over here. This was fun.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. This is a fun stream for sure, man. I
Yeah, this
appreciate
was
all
fun.
the chats too and the audience, man.
Yeah, Brother Christopher was in here, Brother Frank, Sister Candace. Thanks to everyone who was in here tonight, man, checking us out, man. Please, you know, we got good engagement, man. Thanks for the likes. We're growing, y'all. We are growing. And I'm open to suggestions. Y'all want me to talk about something? Please hit me up and I will absolutely do my best to do it. But yeah, this was fun, man. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. Before I go, I gotta show number of respect to my man Rook. Big Rook's in the house, man. I gotta give him a clap. You know, gets more than he's like, I missed another one, damn it. Yeah, bro. We were this show. We were reviewing a video that was taking place out there in San Diego, man, on the campus, man. It was funny, man. But you want to talk about someone who's on the highest level of game? That's my man Rook right there, bro. One of these days, man, I'm gonna start a Patreon. One of these days, Rook's stories is so crazy. We can't just tell them on normal YouTube. You got to come over to Patreon or something like that to hear these stories. And we ain't gonna let nobody record them either. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna let nobody record them. Brother Damon, what's good, fam? How you feeling, man? Good to see you, man. I know I've been seeing you over there and Suzette Speaks World, man. I believe I might have seen you on Black Man Unfiltered too, man. Welcome. Thanks for coming through. So yeah, man, we're done here, man. This was a fun show. Be looking out for some more stuff, man. I'm talking about what's going on in the banking world still. There's a lot more pain out there waiting to hit us, man. Hit America, hit the rest of the world. It's craziness going on out there. Commercial real estate is taking a hit right now, and they're anticipating it to be even worse. You want to talk about a bloodbath? Commercial real estate is about to be a problem, yo. When we're talking about defaults and stuff like that. So I got some shows on that coming up. I'm going to talk about what happened in Tennessee. Such a sad thing. I'm going to talk about that.
It's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, but law enforcement, I've come down hard on law enforcement in the past for doing a horrible job. But this time they actually did an outstanding job. From the time they got the call, when this horrible person went into this building and did what they did, 14 minutes later, this horrible person was dealt with and was deleted by law enforcement. They got there 14 minutes. That's outstanding, people, just so y'all know. And I know it's an attorney for the people who are in the building, but man, I'm so proud of those guys in Nashville, those law enforcement officials who did that. That's bravery right there. That's leading from the front for real. So we're gonna be talking about that, and we're gonna talk about some more red pill stuff too as well. Thank y'all so much for being here, man. I appreciate y'all, man. For real, for real. I love y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.